Well, it's that time. I think you know by now. There's a tournament, there's a few fighters, and there's a reboot. And the year is 2021. There's your setup. And this is Mortal Kombat. And want to thank you for being here. Sorry about the late promotion and everything about it, but thank you for being here. And if you're watching on the replay, thank you as well. So let me bring up my esteemed guest, Ray Lee's Media. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good to see you, Ray, as usual.
Yep, good to be here.
My favorite vixen. Hello, Katie.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, can't complain. I'm so happy to see you guys. Happy Sunday. And let's get the teach up yourself. What's going on, Tom?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, I can't call it, man. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
All right. So let's talk about this reboot now. Let's see. Mortal Kombat. Now, if anybody's listening, it's the 2021 reboot. Just came out a few years ago. So for me, I gotta say, well, you know what? That would be wrong not to do this. Hold on. See, there I go again. Hey, Collector Movie Man. What's going on? Good to see you, sir. Dimension. Good to see you, Scott. Hello, Hunter. Hello. How are you, sir? Did you watch the movie, Hunter? I told you to watch this so you can follow along. Let's see. And that's all we got. Thank you for being here. All right. So now what I will say is I truly enjoyed this movie much more. I wasn't sold on this movie when it came out. I watched it and I was just like, Now what I will say is, but this rewatch did a lot, and maybe because I just seen the new one, so it feels better now. It feels holes that was in the story. Because I always hated this movie because it felt like in its core it's a setup movie. There is no tournament in this movie. This is not really traditional Mortal Kombat. This is getting them to the tournament, and I didn't like that. And I've seen some critiques on this saying that people didn't like Cole Young's character. Cole Young was Scorpion's descendant. I guess the grandfather maybe. But yeah, I didn't really. I noticed that I thought it was weird on the first watch, thinking, why are they focusing so much on this when Luke Cage's usually the story point? And if you're not going with Luke Cage, you have Johnny Cage, who is not in this film. Then you also have Sonya. So I'm like, who is this guy that he's so important? And I might even expected Kung Lao to be the lead, but not this guy. He was I haven't played a lot of the Mortal Kombat games, so I thought he was a character that maybe I missed in some game, but he's a totally new written character for this movie, and I think people have problems with it. I don't share the same sentiment. I feel that I was in the confused state when this movie came out, why they chose him to be the lead, but after seeing the second one, I think it all worked out well. I think it all fits, but it's not the greatest character of all. But what do you guys think?
I have to say, this is my second time seeing this movie. I haven't seen it since it first came out. And I have to say, I think I liked it better on the second watch.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I wouldn't necessarily say Cole Young is the greatest character in the world, what did I write here? Cole Young is introduced as a very bad offensive fighter. Yeah, he's not the best fighter. He's not a good fighter. And honestly, if you listen to what Raiden said he only has the mark because he is a descendant of Scorpion.
Right.
If he wasn't a direct descendant, he wouldn't have had that mark. And yeah, I think it's just because he's an outlier. He's not a very good fighter. But overall, the character isn't bad. He isn't a bad character.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
He's likable. He has a daughter, a wife, and he's very protective over them. And it's he doesn't have bad qualities as a character. I think it's just that compared to everyone else, yeah, he is quite lackluster.
Tom, how about you? Is this your second rewatch or is this your first time?
Yeah, this is the second time. I remember seeing it when it first came out and being kind of lukewarm on it. Like I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it, and obviously didn't love it enough to. This was the second time I've seen it, but
Same,
this
right?
time I really liked it. Like I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's this. I think me and you've seen the second movie, so I feel like we have a different appreciation for the story now. Maybe.
Yes, yeah, I think so too. And like you, it was like the first time I'm going, "Where's the tournament?" But this time, maybe it's just like having the expectations out of the way because seeing it the first time you're expecting the tournament, and so when I saw it this time I know that's not going to happen, so I was able to just kind of chill and relax and enjoy it for what it was. And I really had a good time with it.
For sure. Well, Katie, I know this is your first watch. What did you think? Were you any confusion or anything? Like, because I know you've seen the other two we just watched. So how'd you feel going into this one?
Yeah, for me, I don't have the nostalgia like you guys do, and also never really playing the games or knowing any of the lore, any backstory, anything. I really, really like this movie. Like, I
Mhm.
thought it was a really good story, and I really liked just the whole movie, and I really liked the fact that there was a lot of gore, honestly, too. So I really dig that part of it. And I like the fight scenes, and I agree with you guys as far as Cole goes. Like he really was like the weakest character as far as at least like the fighting stuff goes, and like his scenes as far as fighting stuff goes. But
Mhm.
what I agree with what Ray said, like he was a good character, or he is a good character. I mean, because he's a good father, a good protector of his family and everything like that, and like that's how he gets his powers to come through, is when he's protecting his family and everything. And
Mhm.
so I like that part of it. But as far as like a fighter goes, like I'm not his biggest fan. And I don't really like what his powers are. Like I don't really get exactly what that is exactly.
Exactly. Right. Right.
So I like that's my least favorite
Mhm.
power to come through and everything. And also the fact that it took him the longest, yet he's a descendant from birth also. Like you think that would have been like made him more powerful, especially considering the very beginning fight, like who he's descended from. I mean, they say that he's one of the most powerful ninjas to ever exist on the planet.
Mhm.
Like, so that just makes him seem so much weaker to me, also. Like, as a fighter and as a Mortal Kombat person, whatever, fighter.
Mhm.
So that just, I didn't really like that fact. But maybe
Mhm.
that's just me. And again,
No, that's
I
not
guess you
just you.
guys said that he was a character written just solely for this movie, so he's not like part of Mortal Kombat lore stuff,
Mhm.
right? He's just solely for this movie, so
Mhm.
maybe that's why it was just done for dramatic effect for the movie. But
Right.
I didn't really like that.
I actually wondered because you have like Liu Kang is based on Bruce Lee and Johnny Cage is based on Van Damme. I wondered if his character is a little bit based on Rocky Balboa because at the beginning he's showing up for a fight and the first Rocky movie, Rocky gets thrown in against Apollo Creed because somebody backs out and they're like, well, we'll just throw this bum in there. And Rocky's that whole first movie is just Rocky getting his butt kicked. And
Oh,
that
I didn't notice
seems to
that.
be, that's pretty much Cole. Like his superpower is he can take a beating. That's it.
No, I didn't
And
notice that. Wow.
so I was
Yeah,
just
he's a
wondering if
glorified
that's
punching bag, basically.
right, which is what Mickey calls Rocky in the first Rocky movie. So I was wondering, I wonder if this is if they're taking a little inspiration from Rocky because his setup is almost the same as the first Rocky movie.
Well, real quick, not to spoil the second movie, but they dive more in depth of what his powers is, because as Katie
Yeah,
says, it's like, what is his powers? You really truly don't know, and only because I watched the second movie do I have an understanding of what they are. He absorbs energy. So when you hit him, so if you hit him with one of your fireballs, he can throw fireballs back at you, which is a cheat code. Because how do you beat somebody if all you got to do is hit them? They can absorb it and throw it right back at you. That means the most powerful person probably could hit you, and you could throw it right back at him. He's like a Mystique character in a way, but in this movie, he is written very weak. But like I said, with this new other movie, it fills in why that's way, and they kind of redeemed him in the next movie. But I didn't realize the hate for him was so. I didn't, I understood, like, I got what people were saying, but I didn't know it was a hate train. I didn't know it was like these people were really upset about it. But because I also thought Liu Kang was kind of weak for him to be Liu Kang. I just maybe it was the character, the person they chose to play him. I don't know. There's just something about this Liu Kang that I've never. He doesn't feel like a leader, and I know he's not really, plot twist. He's not really posed to be the leader in hindsight in this edition of Mortal Kombat, but he just doesn't feel like Liu Kang to me. As wooden as the last guy was that played him, Robin Shu, this guy just feels, I don't know, it just feels very, he's just there. He doesn't feel, for better or worse, he just doesn't feel impactful to be Liu Kang.
No, I thought he was good.
You did?
Yeah. Nobody else thought that, because he's the one who's training them and being all like.
Well, one thing is he's kind of like secondary to his brother Kung Lao, and that was also a new thing too. Usually he's a descendant. Like even in the last one, I remember I was talking about that. He's a descendant of Kung Lao, and I was like, oh, that's new. But now in this one, he's his brother, and it feels like he's really second fiddle.
I think they're cousins, because when Kung Lao first showed up, he was like, hello, cousin, or something like that.
Yeah, I noticed that, but in the second movie, they call them brothers.
Yeah.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
See, and that's what I heard.
I just assumed, okay, they're cousins, because that's how he.
Right.
He says hi to him.
In the hospital scene, when he's fixing the wound on Cole's arm, he said something about them being orphans and they were like raised as brothers. So I don't know if they're even actually like blood related. I think they are just orphans, or I don't know how. I don't know.
There's definitely a line. They're definitely related. Now, brother. Originally, he was a descendant. Like Kung Lao was somebody like from the past, a couple generations. Now, we're debating if it's cousin or brother, but it's definitely a relation. There's a relation of some sort. But they do say brothers, like Tom say. I didn't hear cousin though. I don't know if Ray imagined.
Yeah, no, he did say cousin at the beginning.
Yeah,
when he first pops up, he says hello or welcome back, cousin.
Oh, yeah, wow. But I think they were speaking Mandarin. When he said it, it was like a subtitle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Tom. They got us. They're team cousin. We're team brothers. I don't know.
That's right. Yeah, I'm also.
No, it's just confusing because he did say both. Because, like I said, he did say maybe it was that they were raised together in the orphanage as brothers, is what he said. But I thought maybe that was just like they were both orphans and they became like brothers in the orphanage. But at the beginning, when he first pops up, he did say hello, cousin, or welcome back, cousin, or whatever. So it does say both in the movie. So I have no idea.
Yeah, we'll just get right into the movie, but I want to answer Dimension's question. So I kind of know the answer, but I just want to answer it for him. Question for everyone: did you go to the theater during COVID to see this movie? Hell no, I didn't. I was scared, Dimension. So I'm gonna just keep it that way. Anybody else see this in the theater?
I saw it on HBO.
Yeah, I saw it on HBO too.
Yeah, I grabbed it as soon. I didn't even watch it that soon. I grabbed it, like release week, maybe first release week. And
it's not necessary.
It wasn't worth going out to see this. I'm sorry. As good as it was and good as it wasn't worth it.
I wasn't necessarily worried about COVID myself, but I just couldn't go because I was considered an essential worker. No, no. I wasn't even on the high risk chart. The chart that they gave out that said, if you have any of these, you're high risk. I didn't have any of it. So, but I was an essential worker, and they were working us overtime and stuff like that. So I had very, very little time then.
And I just wanted to make a comment on was it Movie Hunters where he said he doesn't want to open up his steelbook. I just want to say I know exactly what you're talking about because I do the same thing. I don't like to open up my steelbooks either, so I don't blame you for not wanting to do that.
Like the world is ending when y'all do. Remember I was telling you about Movie Hunters the same way. Yeah.
No, I showed Tom when I opened up like my Blade steelbook and my Terrifier 2 and 3 steelbook. I actually filmed a video and sent it to him to like show like proof of like how sad it is, like bear witness to the pain that I'm experienced by opening up these steelbooks, you know, because it just I hate it. But also, you know, I'm doing it because I, you know, need to because I don't have them in any other format. So yeah.
Wow, we greatly appreciated it. I remember telling you this. I said, we got to get you to a library or something because we don't want you to open up your steelbooks just for the stream.
Yeah.
No, it's okay because they're special though. Because I'm never gonna ever get rid of those ones. Not that I'm ever gonna get rid of any of them, but you know, it's just like they're collectibles to me, as well as movies. Of course, like I do want to watch them, obviously, but just not my steelbook ones. I don't want to. You know, like they're special to me, so
Absolutely.
it's just like they're sealed in box, you know. So yeah.
No, I'm originally of the mind of never open it unless you're ready to watch it. Like, what's the point, you know? But I mean,
yeah,
I'm going against that because I don't have room, so I had to start slimming stuff down. But if I could, I would stick to that. Like, there's no point of opening it if you're not watching it.
Yeah.
I don't open it if I have duplicates. Yeah, because there's no reason to open it.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Look at you, duplicates. Y'all some big time collectors now. Okay.
Well, I have 2 copies of Grave of the Fireflies. One copy's open, the other one's not.
Oh, okay. Let me find out. That's a conversation for another day. I want to get into that. Okay, so let's just jump into it real quick. I do think this is the best intro out of all the movies we watched. This is the best intro story-wise. Like, I mean, you don't have the classic New Line Cinema, Mortal Kombat music coming in, but far as like a hook to hook you into the story, this is the best thing. When I first watched this movie, I was let down that the rest of the movie wasn't as good. It almost feels like the movie was shot by 2 different directors. Like somebody shot this stuff and somebody shot the rest of the movie. Because this is like all the Scorpion and Sub-Zero stuff is so on point. It's so great. And I'm not as hard on this movie now, like as I was, but this is top tier right here. This intro. I mean, granted, I'm not a subtitle person, but I mean, if they didn't have me hooked in, and then they made Sub-Zero the bad guy. Usually Sub-Zero's, they're both bad guys, but usually Sub-Zero is the good guy of the 2. So to see that was I don't know. Did you guys enjoy the intro as much as I did? It just was really cool.
Yeah, there was just one thing that kind of threw me off.
Okay.
Because Sub-Zero is clearly Chinese and
Yes.
Scorpion is Japanese, and they were speaking 2 different languages to each other. But when when Sub-Zero goes to kill Scorpion's family, he speaks to them in Japanese.
Yeah. Well, why
does he like say all the important shit to Scorpion in Chinese or Mandarin, and Scorpion has like absolutely no idea what he's saying?
Yeah, he even says that. I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. Just speak to him in Japanese.
Sub-Zero seems more I hate to say this, but more educated. He's just more he comes off that way, like he probably knows their language, whereas Scorpion is more of just his culture. He knows what he knows. He's and I feel like the Lin Kuei is such a high cult or group or society, whatever you want to call them, that they're just taught in the arts. And I know that's not nothing they're laying out in this movie, but it's just something I presume, because remember, I grew up with Sub-Zero mythologies, the game and all of that stuff. So I'm just assuming that, and that's not fair for people like Katie, because Katie's just like, she's taking it on face value. But like, I don't know. I got that. That didn't bother me. And then we've seen movies where the 2 guys are fighting and the one speaking in the other language and they don't understand. It didn't bother me though, but it showed me that he knew their language because he speaks to the wife in their native tongue. So,
yeah,
it didn't bother me. Okay, real quick, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just like, yeah, it's showing that Sub-Zero can speak Japanese, obviously, but it's just like all the important stuff he was saying to Scorpion to like try to explain like, yeah, I did this and this is what's going to happen and things like that. It's like he just doesn't tell him any of that in Japanese. Yeah,
maybe he was doing that out of disrespect, though.
That's what I thought, Katie.
Maybe.
But, you know,
so
but out of snob, it's like I don't need to tell you why I came to kill you. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he could.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but that was my absolute favorite fight scene in the entire movie. Was that fight scene between them? And yeah, that was just brilliantly done, and it looked real too. Like they're two people who like know real. I don't know what style, if it's like kung fu or whatever it is, but I mean, it really looked good, and that's why that's my favorite fight scene.
And just the aesthetic, just how the picture looked, the tone of everything. It just, if we can just get a movie of that, like a prequel, just of that.
Right. So that would be amazing.
And I think a lot of people feel this way. Tom, you have any feelings toward the intro?
Oh, I thought it was amazing. Yeah, I loved it. It was, first of all, it's just beautiful. And the fighting was amazing. You know, Scorpion against the ninjas, and then against Sub-Zero, and there was this little detail that I noticed, that when the ice came out of Sub-Zero's hand, his hand was bleeding, and I was like, man, that's such a cool deal that it's showing that it's actually like hurting him a little bit. But I thought that was such a cool detail. But no, that fight was awesome.
Hey, Johnny Judd, and hello, Jane. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. And I love the origins of the hand chain. It comes out his hand, where it was like it fit. It was so fitting. It's like a revenge thing. It was the garden tools of his wife, you know, that he does use before he dies, you know, which he uses really cool. But the fact that has an origin now, that is part of his lore, that these are, you know, my wife's things. Now they come out of his hand. I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was a really neat detail. I love that.
Just little things.
Yeah, especially because it was like a spare the moment kind of weapon. It was just kind of like it was the closest thing to him, and he grabbed it.
And he's using it like it's his weapon of choice. Like he goes to war with this type of weapon. Like it's just he's so good. You know, I mean, it's cool as as good as he won the fight, right? Sub-Zero won the fight, but Scorpion was just style point goes to Scorpion. He just was so good. Like the way he took them soldiers out was just peak. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, I know Katie mentioned this. She was like the blood and the gore, but I also noticed that too. I'm like, the games are very violent. Remember, it was a big ordeal, a ruckus with parents when those games came out. But this is actually the first any live action on the screen movie we've got that actually had blood in it. And I was like, I didn't notice that. I didn't appreciate that because we're so used to seeing blood and everything. I didn't realize that this is the first time Mortal Kombat has blood. So that was kind of nice.
I really loved that because I know the games, like from what I remember playing, which again was like probably in the 2010s sometime, that they were extremely graphically bloody, you know, pulling out spines and all that kind of shit, and just all of the gory stuff. So I was really like, I was not expecting that actually in this. And to see it finally was really nice because I didn't realize this was rated R. I thought it was still going to be rated PG-13. So I was not expecting that when we plugged this in to watch it. And so that was I really enjoyed that.
Really cool. Really cool. Yeah, it was definitely an epic scene. I will shout out to Johnny Cage in the old one and everything, but this might be the best fight scene in the whole series. Maybe.
And I love the blood rain too at the end.
Right.
That was a cool detail when I think that was right when Raiden shows up or right before Raiden shows up
and the blood rain. Baby.
Yes. Yeah.
The survivor, so basically Scorpion's grandmother or something, you know, the survivor. But
is that in two?
I'm sorry, his mother. No, this is in this one.
I'm talking the new one because I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to go either Monday or Tuesday, so it's right fresh in my head since I'm the forgetful one. So I wanted to wait till right before we did the stream to see it.
So it's not in 2. It's in this one where Rayton shows up and he takes the baby. The baby is Scorpion's daughter. So if Cole Young is a descendant, I'm guessing that's either his mother or his grandmother. The baby.
Well, the thing is,
I think there's like 1,000 years apart or so, or centuries apart from each other.
Yeah, they're centuries apart because I think Scorpion was from feudal Japan.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, great. How about that?
Yeah, like a few great.
But you guys said Rain of Blood?
Yeah, well, it really wasn't blood raining, but there was blood on the leaves. It kind of looked like blood rain. I don't know. It's just when Rayton comes down and snatches the baby, right? There's a bunch of rain.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was trying to figure out what you guys were talking about. That's why I thought you were talking about the new one. Because I was like, Rain of Blood. I don't remember seeing that. No, but I think I know what you guys are talking about now. Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to spoil you for the second one, but yeah, I thought it was cool. Let me ask you a question real quick before we get out of that. What's up with Scorpion flaming out? Like, did he make a deal with the devil or something? That because when he's crawling to the baby to get the baby, as the baby's crying, he flames out, like he burns out, goes to hell, whatever. Did he self-consciously make a deal with the devil for revenge? Because he tells Scorpion before Sub-Zero kills him to remember this face. So there will be revenge, but did he make a deal with the devil? Because I didn't understand. He went out so badly, and the guy's going to go to hell. It's just. Right. It was a little. It almost made me feel that it's something they didn't show. It felt like Scorpion King before he dies, he makes a deal with the Dark Gods to come back. I
think they were just trying to hint on the story from the game of Scorpion, because there's no actual real proof of a devil in the series, but Scorpion's soul does go to hell when he died. Maybe it's just because he lived a very sinful life. I mean, he was a ninja assassin throughout his entire life. He murdered countless people. And I guess he just assumed he would go to jail. Oh my God, hell. And go to jail too if he gets caught. But he would just assume he would go to hell. And because
eternal
he died,
eternal
jail. And how he comes back is because of his lust for revenge, and his longing for revenge, and he managed to control or take control of hell's fires and stuff like that.
He states that in this. He says he control, and I'm who's this guy that he can control the fires of hell? And that's actually something more they dive into in the second one, not to give anything away, but even in this one, he comes back, he's risen. So how does he control the fires of hell? That's what I'm saying. Did he
because they say that he's not in hell. He's in a part of hell, not the Netherlands. I can't remember what they said. It's it's
the Outworld.
It's a side of hell, a part of hell that he kept himself hidden in. I can't remember what they called it, but it's not hell. It's a secret pocket of hell, and that's what he was able to control. Because remember, Cole kept having flashbacks, or not flashbacks, but little visions or whatever of him in hell. And he was just covered in fire.
I forgot about that.
That's where he was, and that's how he was able to. He sat there for, again, it was centuries, and he was just able to somehow stay in that little pocket and able to, I guess, instead of burning eternally or whatever, he was able to, with his lust for revenge, was able to, instead of burn, he was able to learn how to control, because he so wanted his revenge that badly.
Neverrealm is what Johnny says, and honestly, but Katie, honestly, you gotta be something special to control that nobody else can. You get what I'm saying? So who is he? What deal did he make? I'm just saying, I don't know, just for story purposes.
I don't think it's necessarily that he made a deal. I think that he is so not necessarily lustful, but so determined. He again, he's the most powerful ninja that was on Earth at that time. And so with that much power, with that much skill that he had, I think it's that determination, that power that he had for his skills, that he's one of the only people with that much power and skill at the time, and even now probably. I mean, look at, he was able to defeat freaking Sub-Zero. You know, yeah. I mean, granted, he had Cole's help, but I mean, it was really all Scorpion who really did it, not not Cole, in my opinion. I mean, he had some help, but not really.
And also, oh, sorry, Katie.
Oh no, go ahead.
And also, it didn't actually seem like Scorpion had a special power at the time when he was fighting Scorpion or Sub-Zero either. Yeah. So maybe when he died, because this just makes me assume that that Sub-Zero also had this mark during that time, because he would have taken Scorpion's mark if he did. So,
well, no, they're
so
So, because they're, I guess the Lin Kuei, their bloodline is sacred. I guess they have it born.
Yeah. So Scorpion died, and his mark stayed on him after death. So maybe those, you know, like fire abilities and everything that he gained after death was because of him unlocking his arcana in death and hell.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
the reason their marks don't disappear, like Sonya's and all of them, will disappear because they're not bloodline. They're not born to it. Where, I think Luke.
But it states that if you have one and are killed by someone who doesn't have one, they get your mark. So if you get killed by somebody who has a mark, they wouldn't take your mark, because they already have one. So I would assume you would just die with your mark.
Scorpion and Sub-Zero's bloodlines is probably, and I think maybe Liu Kang's, but definitely Scorpion and Sub-Zero's bloodlines are sacred. So theirs don't disappear at all. And that's another reason why the motivations to wipe out his line is there for Sub-Zero. This is discussed a little bit more in the next one, but theirs don't disappear, but everybody else's does, because you see Sonya didn't even have one. She was kind of she wanted one bad, and
I mean, she killed Kano and took his.
But she did it in the right way, because you know they fought in the desert, right? And she didn't kill him, you know, right then and there and take it. She waited till he turned bad and then took it, which confuses me, because she was chosen in the first two movies already automatically.
Right.
So I thought that was weird. I don't know if that was a lore change or if that was always the way it was. So that confused me. And they didn't have marks in the first movies that I remembered.
Yeah, the mark thing was completely made up for this movie.
Well, they had marks in Annihilation. Remember the little dragon would fly off of them?
Yeah, but that had to do with Shao Kahn's royal bloodline. That wasn't really like a tournament thing. Everyone in Shao Kahn's family had one.
I think it's still inspiration, though. I think they're just taking.
It might be inspirational, yeah, but it wasn't necessarily something that was always a part of Mortal Kombat lore.
But what I want to talk to you guys about that was, I actually like the tattoos, because it's more than somebody walking up to you and say, "Oh, you've been chosen for Mortal Kombat." It feels like a birthright, and then later on we see that they transfer to people when you beat them, because that's how Jax got into it, which is weird, because if you accidentally or by luck defeat somebody, now you're a chosen warrior for this tournament. But I still like it because it feels more Destiny influenced than just, you know, walking up to a guy like, "Hey, come to Mortal Kombat."
Yeah. You know what, the mark is very flawed, because you know it's funny. I don't know if you watch Pitch Meeting, but I watched the pitch meeting for this movie, and they say in the pitch meeting, well, if you kill somebody who has this mark, then you automatically receive the mark. And the guy then pointed out the mistake of the mark, and he goes, so if some man gets behind the wheel of a vehicle and accidentally runs over a champion and kills them with their car, does the old person get their mark and is chosen to fight the forces of Earthrealm? And then the guy's like, actually, I think it would. Yeah. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, that's kind of a bad system.
But in a way, that's just life. That's life. Frank said, you know what I mean? Because
that's what all the people say.
Shot down in May. So I'm just saying. I think about it like this. From a sports analogy, all these players are, even if it's 100 players, they're supposed to be the best in the world because they're on the grand stage, right? So, but injuries are a thing. Sometimes they come to play injured, and it's unfair, but they lose to lesser players because they're injured. So, it's kind of like, and I look at it like that, like, oh, he got the mark by mistake, but that's just going to be bad for Earth because he receives the mark, but that, but it could be exploited. You could set up people to kill other people. So when you invite them to the tournament, it'll be easy people to kill. I don't know.
Exactly.
But I love this mark thing.
I kind of like it too.
I thought it was just
I like the idea of it. I like the idea of it.
Okay. And the other thing I don't get too is on the first two or the second movie, Jax becomes a part of it and he starts out with the metal arms, but then they get ripped off and he's like, he accepts himself as he is. But then in this one, he loses his regular arms and needs to have the metal arms. So it's like it's the complete opposite. So I'm like, okay, which one is it? Like, which one's supposed to be better? So I'm also confused on that.
So, it was different journeys. They turned it on its head. They just,
I
just feel that most people, so in the last movie, in Annihilation, that was a lesson for him to tap into his potential. Whereas I feel this one, we've come so far from that movie, right? And people love Jax for the metal arms, right? So I feel they're like, we can't get rid of these metal arms, so we have to tap that into his power somehow. I love when he fights at the end and then he does a fatality smash on the guy's head and he says, yeah, these motherfuckers work. So
I really love that part too. Like, that was awesome. And I love the fact it started out. Hold on. Sorry. I love the fact that like it started out with the weak arms and he was like, I'm not good to anybody. And then as he like embraced the arms, really tried to lift that heavy rock, whatever that fell on Sonya off of her. And then the arms grew stronger. So it's kind of like he, in a way, did embrace the whatever. I don't know exactly what happened there, but they got stronger. And then he was like, oh, hell yeah, or whatever with them. And so I did like that part, but I also like the part in Annihilation where, he got the metal arms ripped off him and then he embraced his natural arms strength, whatever. So it's kind of like, I like them both, but I was just wondering like, well, which one is it supposed to be? Or is it supposed to be both like in the actual lore? So I was just kind of confused on that. Like, well, which way is it actually supposed to be in the lore?
Well, Katie, being that Cole Young is our star of this movie, the lore is kind of out the window. They're just redoing everything. Right. So, they're just... Well,
I guess that's true. I was just wondering, like which parts are made up, because I guess now I didn't know that Cole didn't exist for anything other than this movie. I was just wondering, like, which is, like, true to the lore and which isn't. Is kind of just what I was wondering.
Yeah, that's understandable. There's lore in this still. They still stick to some lore, but a lot of it, I feel that they were just saying what works best for this movie and what's cooler. And I think that's just the spirit they went into. But there's a lot of lore I'm out of, like, because once this game goes off of maybe Nintendo 64, so that's like what, 98, 99. When this stuff leaves that era, I don't really know much Mortal Kombat. I know some Conquest because I watched the TV show that was in there and I watched the movies. But far as video game knowledge, it's like the first 3 or 4 or 5 games. But all that stuff that's in the new era on PlayStation and all that, I don't know nothing. So I'm pretty lost on the lore too up to that point. But I do know Jax always starts off with regular arms and then he enhances them with the metal arms. But I do like the decision they chose. And also too, to talk about Jax. So when we get to Sonya out there with Kano and she's talking about, I like that she was the data person, right? She was putting it all together, all the pieces, and it gave it more explanation. They also threw homage to how Mortal Kombat came to be, because she was like, I think Cole said it's even spelt wrong on the board. That's actually a real thing. That was a mistake, because they had all these different names for Mortal Kombat, the game, and they couldn't figure out one. And somebody just randomly came in and threw a name at them, and they stuck with it. And then somebody wrote it on the wall, but they wrote it wrong, and it ended up being a mistake how it went in, and they liked the mistake, and so they kept it. And so that was kind of like that's exactly how it happened. It's even spelt wrong, when you listen to the story of how the name of the game came up. But I do love her story, and her story about her and Jax when they were doing a secret op mission or whatever it was out, and that's how they found out about the tournament. They fought a guy with powers, Jax kills him, and that's how he got his mark. That is actually, there was actually a game on that. It was one of the only, besides Sub-Zero's game, it was one of the only Mortal Kombat games that wasn't tournament fighting. It was called Special Forces, where it was just Jax and Sonya, and you were one of them, and you were cops. You go around doing stuff. And I thought, building off of Sonya and Jax's chemistry, because I really like them together, I feel that that would be a good spinoff. Like, if we can get that movie, them Special Forces, like 2 prequels. Give me the Scorpion Sub-Zero movie, and then give me the Sonya and Jax movie. I think that would be actually, because they are doing, from what I hear, spinoffs. And I think that's the way to go. I think that would be a really interesting story of them. And who was it?
I do agree, because they really do have good chemistry.
But real quick, so let's talk about Cole. So we get Cole, Raiden takes the baby, we jump forward, we get the weak title screen. It's not like the old school, right, Tom? It's not.
Yes.
Yeah. That was a little bummer, but after that great intro, I couldn't complain. But there's just something lacking there. But
and no yelling Mortal Kombat was kind of a bummer, but
yeah, that was this, just give us a little bit of nostalgia. They brought it back a little later, but just a little nostalgia on that part. So I also wrote that because it felt like this movie was a first time watch for me, because like you guys, I watched it one time and I was done with it. I don't remember anything other than the Scorpion Sub-Zero stuff of this movie. I didn't remember anything. Mm-hmm. So and I did remember how Jax lost his arms. That was about it. But so all this was new, and I remember I was surprised again because I wrote it down like, hey, Cole, the tournament seems to revolve around Cole, like the whole prophecy thing. It just seems to be centered Cole. And I guess that was a problem for people, but I did notice that too. But I wanted to talk about how cool Sub-Zero was. First of all, Sub-Zero has to be ancient. He must have a spell on him or something, because how is he still living, all these centuries to even go after these people? And also too, what's up with the black suit? I'm sorry, Sub-Zero should have had some type of blue to his suit. That was a little weird for me, seeing him in black the whole movie. But it could have been dark blue, but it's just, or they could have made the mask blue, something. It was a little weird. I know that's a gripe. That's a little nitpick. But I thought it was excellent when he shows up and you see the snow. It's like he's in the area when you see the snow, he's coming. And I thought that was really like a horror type vibe to it. Like when ghosts come in the movie, it gets really cold. You can see your breath. It just felt horror-ish. And I thought that was a really cool little things like that, like details like that. I think I take with me, and I think those are the things that are better about this movie than whether you like the original or not. Those type of things are what set, But I thought him showing up after the family was really cool, and Jack's trying to go after him with the gun. I thought that was a throwback to the old movie when he froze Sonya's gun and broke it. I thought that was kind of like a remix, as you will, for that. The fight was, it was one-sided. Jax didn't really do much, but how did Jax survive that? Like, he ripped his arms off, then he dropped him really far, and he falls down. I was just like, sheesh, I don't know. I thought it was, really, I thought Jax was done. I remember when I first watched this movie. I know better now, rewatching it, but I remember I was like, oh, they killed Jax off quick. That was crazy, because it just looks like he doesn't make it through that.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
really thought that too. Because, I mean, the arm thing, I can understand how he could survive that. Because, really, with the ice and everything, it does cauterize the wounds. So that makes sense. But that fall was brutal. So that was the part where I was like, okay, does he make it? Does he not? But I figured that he did because of the whole metal arm thing. So I was like, okay, so this is how he gets his metal arms. That has to be where this is going with him. So, but that fall was brutal though.
Yeah. What up, D-Ray? All right. Real quick. So we got a shot, and I will definitely want to hear what Ray has to say. What do you think about Melina's look? Because we got a shot when they show Shang Tsung. We still get to look at Shang Tsung. We see Sub-Zero's one of them. I don't remember if Cabal is there at the time, but he might be there. And we get Melina. So how do you feel about the look of Melina? Because I know that's always a thing for you, like how because she's supposed to be half Shao Kahn and half Baraka, like his descendants. Oh, we lost Ray. Right when I was asking her a question.
Oh. Yeah.
I'll repeat it when she get back. But we saw them, and I thought that was a really cool shot of the villains. What do you guys think about Shang Tsung? Because that's our first shot of Shang Tsung. I'm sorry, that guy, the original guy, Carrie, I forget his last name. He's just Shang Tsung to me. Something about
definitely.
He can't be top. He's like Johnny Cage. Was Johnny Cage? That guy is, like how you felt about Christopher Lambert being Raiden.
Right. Yes.
Like, that's how I felt when I seen it. I was just like, that ain't Shang Tsung. Who's this guy? It reminded me of the scene in The Simpsons where they go to the convention and the guy's sitting there and Homer's like, "There's Batman guy." They're like, "That's not Batman," because it's Adam West. Yeah, so it's just that's how I felt. Like, that's not Shang Tsung. But,
and I thought, well, all right, maybe I'm gonna like him better in the sequel. And not really.
No,
he's
not
just
really.
not.
He's less in the sequel.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he's just not Shang Tsung. And
the funny thing, Tom, he's actually better in this one. Like
I agree. Yeah,
he feels more of a presence in this one. In the second one, it's like, get this guy out of here. He's like a second fiddle, It's like,
yes.
But I do love him. We'll talk about that. I don't want to talk about that too much because Katie had an idea what's going on. But the choices they made for him was just, Ray, please come back. I wanted to know her things. All right, until Ray gets back. How do you guys feel about so we show up and we get Ray should be here for this. We get Sonya too. So how do you guys feel about Sonya?
I really, really liked her, so more than any of the other Sonyas so far.
Yeah, I kind of do, especially after the new one. I do like Sonya. There's something about her. She just fits. She feels like Sonya.
Yeah, no,
she is. Oh, sorry, Tom.
No, go ahead.
I thought she was absolutely gorgeous. She is a badass and she is funny. So I absolutely adore her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she ain't bad looking. Yeah, she's pretty. But and she has she's not one note. Like I mean, I feel like I don't want to be hard on the Annihilation Girl because I feel that she worked with what she was given. The movie wasn't that great. I mean, the lines weren't that great, but I feel that she was fine because she was an improvement on as much as I like Bridget, she was an improvement on the character. But this girl, she even has more. So the original Sonya had chemistry with Johnny Cage, but she wasn't necessarily fun or funny. Whereas this girl feels like her back and forth with Kano is kind of like, oh, this is funny. It's more.
Yes. Like her and Kano, oh my God, if them two could make a movie like that, I would watch the hell out of because just their banter, their chemistry together is, I think, just so wonderful because it's so just that, I don't know, like comic gold in the just, what do you call it? Banter and bitching at each other back and forth, and they're fighting with each other. Like I thought that was one of the best parts of the movie, to be honest, other than the fight scene at the beginning. Like them two together with their fighting and everything, and their fight scene is my second favorite fight scene out of the entire movie. Really? That I love them two together so much.
Yeah. Tom, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, and they go to find her in Michael Jackson's hometown of Gary, Indiana.
I noticed that too. I'm like, Gary, Indiana, that's where they're going?
Yeah, and there are no white people in Gary, Indiana, so I don't know what Sonya's doing there, but I've been there a lot. There's no white people there.
I didn't know that. Maybe Jack's got her a place there. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But I was like, oh, when they said that, I was like, oh, Gary, Indiana, the former murder capital of the world. All right, cool. But Kano, and oh my gosh, Kano is awesome in this movie. I love Kano, and that the whole dialogue and the in the trailer, and the ask him for what he wanted, like $3 million. To go help, and
he's like 2 and he's like 3.
Yeah. And then she's like, "This is where I actually live. You think I have $3 million?" No, that Sonya is great, and she is my favorite Sonya. And
yep.
And I sadly Bridget is third place.
Damn, Bridget. Yeah. Bridget's cool though. It's just not. She just wasn't the strongest Sonya. I'm telling you, she's okay. Yeah. But this might be.
No, I like her and other stuff.
I believe this girl. Like the move she has, the way she's moving, and the fight. Yeah, like she is Sonya for the most part. Definitely the best one we had. Chakota, what's up, man? Like, look. I knew he would agree. He said Sonya's hot. Yeah. For sure. Oh, but Kano though. Let's talk about Kano. So how do you guys? Because Kano was cool in the original. So is this Kano better for you guys?
Oh my God, yes. He has way more screen time, way more banter, way more everything in this one. In my, granted, I again haven't seen the first one enough to really know the character that well and everything, but I just think he has way more presence in this film because he's basically in the whole damn movie. Like Kano wasn't in the whole first one that I remember, at least. I could be wrong, but I don't think he was in the whole movie. But in this one, he's in the whole movie. So yeah, way more screen time, way more presence, way more banter. And like I said, him and Sonya are just perfect together. And I love him so much in this movie.
Yeah, for sure.
I liked him better in this too. He's funnier, and he is in more of it. Now, he doesn't have the weird chest hair like the other Kano, but
only you would keep remembering that.
I completely forgot about that. That's right. Oh my God.
What's with chest hair, man? Tom, are you jealous of Kano's chest hair?
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
I want a shaved V chest hair too, like Kano.
But, the fact you remembered that. Wow.
Yeah,
that would be a critique. I could see you being a critic and you just put something in your review about his chest hair not being there.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Yeah, maybe Mortal Kombat 3 they'll bring that back.
That a deal breaker? That's a deal breaker.
That's right. Kano with V chest hair, or I'm out. Like, come on.
Right.
Give the people what they want.
Man, my favorite Sif is back. What's going on? You all right?
No, my phone overheated and it shut me down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. We were wondering what happened.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's how hot it is over here right now. And with my air conditioner, broken, everything over here is hot.
I'm sorry too. I'm actually in my attic right now, and it was super hot when I first came up here. I mean, there's an air conditioner up here. I had to turn it on, but it's like, I understand.
Yeah, I'm like, hopefully my computer doesn't overheat because I'm using my laptop. So hopefully that doesn't overheat. But
it takes a lot for them to overheat usually if they're not.
Yeah, my phone was like on fire when I picked it up. I can understand why it shut off.
I'm so sorry. Well, I hope we didn't mess up your phone. What was I gonna say? But we were talking about. So we talked about thoughts on Sonya. That's what we're talking about. What did you think about the new Sonya?
Oh, I like the new Sonya.
We seem to love.
I like her more than the other two.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we all said. Well, except for, did you say she was your favorite, Cal? I can't remember.
I I'm so in love with the old movie.
Okay.
And I actually like the second girl better than the first girl, but it's hard to say. I can't in good conscience say this new girl isn't better. She's the better Sonya. She is. You know, it's like
Okay.
it's that Jack Nicholson versus Heath Ledger conversation. Like my heart is Jack Nicholson. There
Oh
is no
yeah.
Heath Ledger without Jack Nicholson for that role.
Right.
But in my mind, I know Heath Ledger was better. You know what I mean? But I still love Jack Nicholson so much more. So it's hard. I don't know. It could be either way. But this girl, I believe her. Like I think she's Sonya. Whereas the other girls, I'm annoyed with some of the dialogue of the first girl. Whereas this girl, her back and forth with Kano is excellent. You know. So I just.
Yeah, and quite honestly, I liked the chemistry between Sonya and Jax in this movie more than the other one too. They just seemed like, like they actually have a history. They've known each other for a long time, and they play off very well. So I do like the Sonya and Jax dynamic in this movie better.
I think the potential is there because they're probably better actors and actresses, I kind of like the Annihilation chemistry better, but that's either here or there. The chemistry here is so good. But the chemistry between her and Kano is way better, and the back and forth.
Yeah.
She's not one note. She has lines. She has, there's something there instead of her just being, only thing that was making her funny in the original one was Johnny, and because like he was lifting her chemistry, he's carrying her a little bit through the movie, whereas she is a good character on her own, and so is Kano. So and Kano, what did you think about Kano? Because we know you love Kano. So what did you think? Better Kano?
You know what? I'm not sure. They're pretty equal. That's the thing. It's just Kano had way less screen time in the first movie.
Yeah. That's to say. I mean, I don't know.
But I mean, other than that, Kano is a very straightforward character. It's really, really hard to mess Kano up if you have the right actor. And I think both actors for Kano did him extremely well. So I can't really say which one I like more. Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one.
This is a good rank right here. I don't think they've seen Legacy yet because it's the Star Trek girl that plays her in Legacy.
Yes.
But he has her at 4. I need to rewatch
7 of 9.
7 of 9. A lot of people love 7 of 9. Then he has 95 at 3, and Annihilation at 2, and this one. And I think that's the same rank. I think we got the same rank. I think we have the same rank on everything as far as Mortal Kombat goes. That's our first agreement to mention, because our Batman ranks is just totally different. But yeah,
I would say 95 Sonya is probably my least favorite of the Sonyas.
Oh, you seen Legacy though?
Season 1, yeah, but I haven't gone past season 1.
Okay. So I mean the second one's really mainly just a movie, but so you like that Sonya better than 95?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's just because of the acting in 95. I don't know, because we know. Well, see, the thing is that we know her name's Bridget, right? Bridget,
yeah,
the actress, yeah. Mortal Kombat was very, very early in her career, and it's just her acting was very bland for me in 95, and I think that's the problem. She became a much better actress, the more experienced she became. Yeah. I don't know, was just bland for me in 95.
I give you that. Because I've seen some good stuff with her, but I think partially her being one of her first movies, but also she doesn't have a lot of lines in Mortal Kombat, and the lines they chose to give her, it's just like, what? You remember I was complaining about those lines. I'm like, why? Yeah. So it's just, and then they want her to be kind of a bitch in the first movie, kind of. Yeah, you warm up to her, and she changes over time, but when you first get her, she's supposed to be just the tough guy, tough girl, just like really bitchy. I don't need help, even though a guy is freezing shit and stuff's coming out his hand, and a thunder god is, but you don't need help. Okay. But
and also, I looked it up just to be sure because we were talking about how bad the fighting was in the first movie. Yeah, Bridget actually did do all the fighting stunts for that movie.
it shows. It shows.
Yeah, it does show. I mean, I give her credit for wanting to do it because it's not easy.
Well,
but it definitely does show, and that's why her fighting in that movie was so bad compared to everybody else.
Terrible, but it's just Sonya in the second one is much better. It's just she was last minute. She didn't train. Everybody trained for that movie, and like Dimension said in the first stream we did, Cameron Diaz was the original pick. She broke her wrist during shooting.
Yeah, so she did.
They replaced her.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Cameron Diaz was the original Sonya, and she broke her wrist while they were rehearsing or shooting, and so they had to replace her with the girl we got in the 95 one. And so
holy shit, that is so crazy.
So she is learning. She literally was learning the moves like during breaks between shooting. So when you hear that story and look at it, like she's literally learning the script and everything on the fly. Like she was chosen a few days before shooting, like a couple days.
Yeah.
So props to her. I give her her
props. Yeah. And also, like I said, Bridget is not a bad actress. It's just, the circumstances of what happened with 95, she is the weakest Sonya in my opinion.
Better in Annihilation because Bridget can scream. She's one of the best screamers, to be honest. And there was when they killed Johnny Cage, she would have set that screen off if she was in that movie. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But okay, let's see. Back to this. Real quick, what are your thoughts on Melina? Because I know she's had, you're always into her look. What did you think about Melina in this one?
I don't like Melina in this movie.
I thought it was kind of cool. I mean, because they didn't give her one look.
I like how they did her mouth. But no, I don't know. I think the actress was a weird choice. And I don't know. They also downplayed like the importance of who Melina is in this movie. It was just Melina died. It's like, Melina died. Yeah. So, what is Shang Tsung supposed to say to Shao Kahn? It's like none of that is brought up, and he looks at Melina like when all his fighters died, like, oh, she was a nobody. I could have easily replaced her. So it's like he
says that in the movie.
Yeah, he literally does. And I'm like, why are they downplaying Melina so much? I freaking hate it.
I think they don't like Melina because she always gets the short end of the stick in every
I know.
I don't know.
I know. Melina was so much better in Legacy.
I see. I need to rewatch those. I love Legacy 2. 2 was so good. But
because at least in Legacy, she had a relationship with Katana. And it's like they built her up as like this very important character, and it's like she is an important character, and it's just like, I don't know, Annihilation downplayed her so bad. She was only in one scene and then never spoken of again. And then in this movie, she was like a throwaway combatant.
I don't think she was a throwaway. I mean, you didn't like her look, but
Shane Tsung spoke of his fighters as throwaway fighters, and I'm like, you are literally talking about a princess, so it's like, I don't know, it's just, they give Melina the short end of the stick all the time.
Why is she out there with the first unit though? She should be with Shao Kahn's unit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she should be with Shao Kahn's unit. That's the thing. Yeah. Yeah, especially when she was so important to Shao Kahn. She was supposed to replace Katana. So it's like, no, it's like she's important, and I just hate how they downplay her, and I just didn't like her in this movie. But I mean, I did kind of like how they did the mouth effects. How her
that was cool.
Mouth isn't completely open. It's like she has these scars on her mouth
too,
and then her
normal.
Yeah, she has like a normal looking mouth, but just looks like she has scars that go up her face. But then it's like when she goes into real like killing mode where she actually tries to eat her opponents, it's like in the game when her jaws like open up completely. And so I like how they did that.
Oh man, I love that. No, never mind. What was I gonna say? what was I gonna say? Oh, real quick, before we move on because we're really behind. Kano, what did you guys think about the fight? I love the three of them fighting. Is that Reptile? I don't know if that's supposed to be the
That's
new
supposed to be
version of
Reptile. Yeah,
Right.
That's
that's
who
Reptile.
I thought it was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we got to see a fatality, and it was really cool. Kano's. I was wondering how they would ever pull that off, and he snatches the heart out the reptile. I thought that was so fire. I really
I
enjoyed
loved
it.
it.
Yeah,
that
I
was,
loved
Mhm.
it too.
Got some
Yeah.
Indiana Jones Temple of Doom vibes there with the ripping the heart out, and yeah, that was
Ooh.
awesome.
Oh yeah,
And I
never seen
really
it.
loved Reptile's design in this movie.
Yeah, he looks
Yeah,
so
it was good.
good. Like, especially compared to the first one, like that is not even a comparison.
Yeah.
I still think he looked a little wonky. Now it's not 95 levels, but I still thought he, looked a little wonky.
Maybe it was just because it was dark. Where I don't know, he kind of looked better than Goro. But maybe
Goro was
that's because
trash.
Goro.
I'm
That's
sorry.
just because Goro had a spotlight on him, and I don't know. It's just like you could really see the CGI. But with the darkness, because they were fighting in like a basement, and it was really dark. It's
Mhm.
like I don't know. Reptile kind of just fit the scene better.
All right, we'll get to Goro later. Yeah, that was some bullshit, Goro.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think of Shang Tsung? Because we already talked about Shang Tsung. We wasn't really feeling Shang Tsung. How about you?
I don't know. I like Carrie more as Shang
he
Tsung.
just,
Yeah.
he's like the Michael Keaton's of Shang Tsung. You know how people love Michael Keaton or Hugh Jackman for Wolverine? It's just he's just that now. I feel like he's solidified as Shang Tsung.
Yeah, I don't know. They just gave Shang Tsung more personality in the first movie, where in
Mhm.
this one he just seems very like
He's just there.
mellowed out. He's very mellowed out. He doesn't like shout, yell all that much. He has like no emotion in what he's saying. It's just like he's the leader
Yeah,
of these
that's
people
true.
and he's taking on the leader role and he's like being completely serious the entire time.
And it's funny you say he has no emotion because a person that takes people's souls and have so many, you would think he has all of the emotion and character, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also too,
I do like the consumption of the soul.
Mhm.
I do like that scene.
Only
I think him taking the soul was better represented in this movie though.
well, graphic wise, it should be, but I didn't like it. Well, let's just talk about it. What I didn't like about that was Kung Lao didn't lose the fight. And for him to just snatch him, usually it's out of weakness, they lose the fight, and he just snatched him. It felt so cheated, unfair. Like, it didn't. I didn't like it.
No, I didn't like Kung Lao dying. I like Kung Lao.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't like Kung
done
Lao, though.
dirty.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I didn't like. I thought he was very corny. I don't know. He just felt very cosplayish.
I liked him better than Liu Kang, but I thought Liu Kang was
terrible too.
Yeah, he's not good in this. And I know
not.
you had mentioned at the beginning, like the other guy is wooden, but I'll take him over this Liu Kang any day.
Yeah. The other guy just still has presence, and maybe there's a charisma.
Yeah.
I don't want to say charisma because that's giving him too much credit, but there's something about the other guy he fits. Whereas this guy, it's like, yo, this is the Bruce Lee. This is Bruce Lee of the movie. No, this ain't it.
No.
Yeah.
But and what's up with they said so when Shang Tsung has his meeting with his goons and everything, right? They're like, the elder gods don't know your what's up with the elder gods never knowing? They're the gods. They see over all of this. How don't they know? I don't get that.
And also, if the elder gods don't know, Raiden knows. Why doesn't Raiden go to the elder gods and be like, tattle on this fool?
And it's the fate of worlds, right? It's the tournament. So how don't they know that they're cheating and killing? Where's all Earth's warriors going? They're they're literally cheating in this movie, which is kind of cool, I thought. They're because they're giving more to the story. It's like they're not just showing up to fight. They're literally scared they're going to lose, so they're trying to kill these people before they're prepared, before they can even make it to the tournament. So
yeah.
I thought that was a cool touch, but I just was like, what's up with the elder gods not knowing anything? Like, is this a thing going on? Mortal Kombat?
Well, I mean, it happened in the second movie too, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a reoccurring thing. Okay, so let's get to Liu Kang. In case you want to check, Katie or Tom, anything to say? Anything we got?
No, I thought that they did say though, something about like that the elder gods are lazy or something, that they don't want to interfere, or they're just being lazy and don't care.
Wow. She said
Was
it. I
that
didn't.
not?
Okay.
No, wasn't that something that they said?
I didn't see that. Did you guys see that?
I do remember something about that. I don't remember, but yeah, I remember something about that.
I really only remember Raiden saying that the gods are not allowed to interfere. But then I'm like, what's the point of having the rules if you can't interfere and enforce the rules?
Yeah.
I see what you mean about the 95.
But can I go back to Kano for just 1 second?
Absolutely, Tom. Go ahead.
And when this is back when they're back in Gary, the most disgusting part of the whole movie is Kano spitting in the gnome's hand. That is like gross. Terrible. But then also apparently Kano's a great artist as he's making his own book.
I put that down too. Yeah, I was like, he's drawing in a comic book. Yeah.
I missed that. I might have been writing when that part came up. He makes his own book. I didn't see that.
Yeah, he was one that he's writing a book about himself and he's doing the artwork. And
of course it's himself.
Yes.
Yeah,
really
and
good.
then he says that he makes like a comment about how some of the most brilliant and terrible people on the planet have been artists or something like that.
Yeah. Also, he had some good one-liners about like MC Hammer and David Copperfield, and
I didn't like the MC Hammer. I'm like, oh, why? Because he got hammer pants? Because his pants is baggy? I thought that was his only line I didn't like. But
okay.
No. But Kano, in my opinion, guys, I like Sonya. I really do like. So I even like her in the new one. But I think he's the best character in this. He is the Johnny of this movie. He carries.
Yes, that's exactly my thought, because he's really the comic relief, no matter how stupid and idiotic he is. But he is definitely the comic relief.
Mm-hmm. So, and it's funny. I see memes of whatever, I forget the guy's actual name. They're like, he has a bad back from carrying this franchise, and I'm like, because he continues to do what he's doing in this, throughout the movie. I don't want to talk about that, but I almost spoiled something for Katie. Let me see. But seeing real quick, seeing their relationship, though, I know we touched on it a little bit between Kano and Sonya. This is so much better than her. Just the basic. He killed her partner, and she's running after him for revenge. Like, there's just more going on here, and they're almost building a relationship while they don't like each other as we go along. And I feel that it's going to be. I don't know. They just need a spinoff with Jax, Sonya, and Kano. Like, they need something happening. Something. I think it'll happen. Okay, so we get to Liu Kang in the desert. He's doing his John the Baptist. He's waiting in the desert. He's the voice. He leads him to the temple, and this is our first shot of Liu Kang walking in the sun. And I wasn't impressed. I know I've been hard on Liu Kang, but this is the guy that's going to lead us to victory. And then what I did like, though, let's talk about the good. What I did like about this Liu Kang is he's been waiting for them, as he says, at Lord Raiden's temple. He didn't run away from his destiny like he did in the last one. He's well knowledge. He's not very he's not hard-headed. He's not, oh, Raiden's just a beggar like the last one. He's more in tune to everything. He knows it, and I feel that that was more of the Liu Kang. That's the traditional Liu Kang, honestly, I feel. Did you guys notice, I know I'm jumping back and forth. Did you guys notice Nightwolf, the cameo for Nightwolf?
I saw Nightwolf's picture.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's cool. So he's a past fighter. I was like, oh, that's cool. See, that's the way you do it, though. Like, we don't always need to see all these characters jammed in the movie, but there's your little shout out.
I kind of like that they made him a past fighter, because Nightwolf is a Native American.
Native American, yes.
Yeah, so making him like a fighter from like way, way, way back, like hundreds of years back, I kind of liked that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And if these movies are truly successful and they become a thing, that is still something they can always do. They can always go back and have a prequel Mortal Kombat where it's just a tournament of Nightwolf and the older fighters, So
yeah, that'd be cool.
It'll be kind of cool too. you know, we always see the bad guys. I mean, well, we have Avengers where they all lost, but we don't have many movies where the bad guys win. So that would be interesting to see a tournament where they all lose. I mean, we know where it's going to go because it's a prequel, but I mean, that could be something. Well, I don't know. But what did you guys think of what was his name? Kano, his GPS not working, so he's supposed to be leading them for $3 million to the temple. He doesn't even know where he's going because Liu Kang takes him in a whole different direction. So I thought that was kind of hilarious, also too. And why they leave Jax like that? So Jax is somewhere dead with no arms. I mean, for all we know, and they just left him. They just got on a plane and went. I'm like, y'all didn't even call for Jax no more in the movie. I saw Sonya typing Jax, but y'all would just leave Jax like that. I just thought that was very, you know, Sonya. Jax is always running her rescue. I don't know about her though. You know, I don't know.
But then I think they traveled a long way because they were in completely different states. Because Cole is from Chicago.
Yeah.
And I think
they was in Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, and Sonya was in Indiana. So they had to go a long way to like
but they got
just turn around.
Well, actually, Chicago and Gary's basically a suburb of Chicago. So that part wouldn't be that far.
Look at him with the geography. Look at Tom with the what do you teach? Geography? Look at him. He just
well, it's helpful to live in Indiana. So, you know,
oh, that's right. You're from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
right.
I've been through Gary several times on the way to Chicago. It's like 45 minutes.
I have family out there.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Okay. No, that's not long at all. Then they should turn their asses around.
No, I mean, the fact that you're going to leave him, though, like no mention of him. And then when they get to the temple, he's there being healed or whatever, or they're trying to find something to heal him. And it's like, damn, like, Jackson saved your wife and kids. You didn't say, oh, we should find your partner. And then your partner, Sonya, you just want to leave. I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way, guys. Just rubbed me the wrong way. But like I said, he ends up there, and Raiden is revealed again. I never asked you guys the thoughts on Raiden. So Raiden's the doubter in this movie. You're not ready, this and that. I didn't like Raiden at all. And the first time watching this, he's grown on me. He's actually better in this movie than he is in the next movie, honestly. But he's
more serious and more true to character in this movie.
I don't like the actor though. I don't
know. Same. I was gonna say I wasn't sure if that was a hot take, but I'm not a fan of Raiden. This Raiden, and I know I like Christopher Lambert, but you know, like Christopher Lambert is fun, and this guy is just like, I don't
know. He just feels very TV-ish, like for this movie. I don't know. He just doesn't have the feel for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it could have been an actor problem. Because I know that, like, okay, some Raiden from the first and second movie is a completely different character from the video game Raiden.
Yeah, for sure.
This Raiden does embody who Raiden is in the games. I get that, and so he is. I mean, he is an off-putting character. I don't know. Just maybe he's off-putting. Maybe. I mean, I do like the Raiden from the first movie better than this Raven, but it's probably because of the character. You know, the character from the first movie is so much more likable, where this Raiden is true to form. And to be honest, like, Raiden's kind of an asshole of a character. So I don't know. Maybe it was
it's
that
just
for
funny
me.
how you go from in the first two movies, a white guy with straight long white hair, you know, to then a Chinese guy with a thing on his head, and he's completely, in the first two, he's kind of like a spiritual guide kind of guy to a complete asshole. And so it's just like, this is a complete and total switch up of what, at least in the movies, we know to be is what Raiden is. So kind of like, I don't really like him. He is not at all what I know to be of what Raiden is, whatever. It's not even just about the looks, it's about who in the movies I know Raiden to be. Like, he is like a guiding kind of guy. to guide you to your path. But in this one, he's like, no, 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 you're no good. You're no good. You're trash. Go away. Fuck you.
Get
All
out of
that
here,
kind of
Sonya.
stuff.
Sonya, you don't have the mark. Get out.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
what the hell just happened to this character? Like, this
motiv-
is total
motivates that
opposite.
way. He just motivates that way. Well, I will say this, Katie, though.
Yeah.
You're right. You're correct. But what I will say is, even Christopher Lambert, he was an asshole, but he was so charismatic. He was so good in the role. You kind of overlooked it. Like when he's telling them in the original about their destiny, and then he laughs and he says, "Oh, sorry," or like when he hits the guy in the shoulder when Johnny Cage hits Goro in the balls. Like there's asshole things about Raiden, but he's just so likable. You get what I'm saying? And they pull it back a little bit. In this one, they're like Ray said, he's more like the game. He's like he's
Yeah, because in the game and in this movie, like, he is the guardian of the Earth, and his job is to protect the Earth and everything on the Earth. And so when it comes to the tournament, he takes it very, very, very seriously. And if he doesn't think you're a good fighter, he's going to tell you that, So it's like, but, maybe it's also just the white hair. They didn't give him any white hair in this.
Well,
yeah, maybe if he would have had the white hair,
like,
maybe that would have just made him more charming. I don't know.
He didn't have the look.
No, it's not going to save the acting. I don't know. It's just something about his acting. I just wasn't. I don't know. Maybe it'll grow on me over time because he does look early in the movie he bothers me, and then he does that in the new one. In the new one, he's really bad in the beginning, and then like you warm up to him. But it's kind of the same here. I feel like he's not good, but you just get over it, and you're like, okay, this is Raiden. It's just one of those things. So anyway, Sub-Zero and Shang Tsung and all of them show up to the temple and take out Liu Kang. I mean, really kind of easy, but I noticed Sub-Zero finding out that Cole, the descendant, is still living and being pissed. I'm like, oh, that was kind of a little nice touch. How he, you can see his emotion when he sees that, there's a living descendant of Scorpion there. I thought that was a little cool touch. And also too, Sonya becoming like the coach. She's now the Raiden in a way where she's prepping Jex, like, what did you tell me? And giving him the motivation to think he can go on with his scrawny arms, So
yeah,
I thought that was kind of cool. I just couldn't get over how corny they did Liu Kang and I'm sorry, Kung Lao. They were just but real quick, was Ray here when we talked about Kung Lao? Kung Lao, what is your thoughts on Kung Lao, Ray? You like Kung Lao?
I mean, I like Kung Lao in the games. I don't think he was terrible in this movie. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. So, I mean, like, I can't really say he's bad or anything. No, I mean, like, he acts like Kung Lao.
Mm-hmm. Some of this stuff in this movie is so CGI. I mean, it works at times, but some of it takes me out a little bit. I will say, what did Shao Kahn, what did Shang Tsung mean when he said Shao Kahn? There's a moment in the movie he said Shao Kahn is on our side for this at this time. Like he believes in us on our side. Whereas it gave me the feeling that they're not always on the same side, Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn. They're together on this, but it just, I always looked at them as one entity, like they're all from the same place. Whereas this movie feels like Shang Tsung is his own sorceress thing. He does his thing on this side. They've come together for the game, for the tournament, for the grade of their whatever, and they're on each other's side. But they're probably at odds when they're not doing Mortal Kombat. I don't know. I just got that vibe from him saying that.
I don't know. I just kind of saw it as in, like, Shao Kahn was okay with them cheating.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about the cheating? Do you guys like that?
Feel about the what? Sorry?
The cheating. Them trying to kill the warriors before they get to the tournament. Do you guys like that touch? I thought it was realistic in a way. Like, why wouldn't they?
Well, I mean, if the Elder Gods aren't going to do a damn thing about it, why not cheat?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean they're the bad guys, so yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do. So.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes there is respect. You wait till your guy get to the ring. But they must really believe they.
I mean, rules only matter if they're enforced, and if you can cheat, of course you're gonna cheat. So yeah.
So thoughts on Cabal? You guys remember Cabal? He was like the fast guy. He was the one that went down to convince Kano.
I liked his look a lot. I thought the look was cool.
Yeah, it was. It was really cool.
Yeah, it's almost like a oh god, like a god. Why can't I think of the word? Submarine kind of thing. With mixed with like a old time miner kind of look, which was really cool. I really liked his look, and I liked his power too. Like his power was really cool. The disappearing or the fast. I don't know if he disappeared or if he just ran really fast.
Yeah, he's really fast.
Okay.
Yeah,
but yeah, I really liked that, and I liked his. He kind of had a Kano attitude. He was like a dick, but with that sharp, witty tongue. So like him and Kano are like perfectly like almost the same person, but they don't really like, other than that time that they are talking, about bringing that force field or whatever down, they don't really communicate with each other. So it was kind of fun seeing him fight the other people in the group and everything. So that was kind of fun, I thought.
So I believe the reason Cabal is the way he is because of Kano. Because when he talked to them,
that's what he said. Something about
so there's a relationship.
He's the reason that I have to breathe through an iron lung. So I guess that's why he has a mask thing, whatever. So I don't know what exactly that means.
So they probably were both bad guys. Kano probably snaked him the way he snakes these guys. But the thing is you would advocate for him to come over to your side if he's the reason you're breathing different. I don't know. But I mean, it's a choice. They want to win, right? But I thought Cabal was a nice touch, guys, because in Annihilation, he's mentioned and almost for a setup for another Mortal Kombat for that movie, but he's just mentioned. Whereas in this one, they actually showed him, and I didn't expect him at all. He's kind of seems like a throwaway character. I mean, he did good in this.
Wasn't he killed in Annihilation? Because when they mentioned Cabal and Stryker, I thought those were names of Earthrealm warriors that they killed.
Well, they said they had taken Cabal and Stryker, and then he said, "Did they beg for their lives when you killed them?" He said, "Well, Master, I thought it would be better, so he left them alive." Remember, and he killed the guy.
Oh, okay.
So I think they were mentioned for setups for another sequel. Maybe we would have seen them.
Probably.
Maybe. So Kano gets his laser eye. You guys feeling the laser eye? I mean, because he didn't have it in the old ones. He didn't. I mean, we finally got to see it.
Yeah,
I mean, I like it as an ability, and it's true to game, but I'm like, if that ended up being my ability, I'd be kind of upset.
I like how he gets it.
Oh, right.
Like the way they just enrage him, and then he gets it. It's like that's so perfectly like a way to get him to his power.
Right.
Actually, that had to be the best scene with Liu and crap, now his name's escaping me. Kung Lao. Yeah, King and Kung Lao's best scene where they were just absolutely insulting this guy.
Yeah, I think so too. Because it's just so great.
He was assaulting them, but they wasn't catching it. It's like that would almost rage bait me too. I'm calling you all types of dicks and get on your knees and this and that, and you're not even fazed by it. So yeah, they rage baited the hell out of him.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why this is totally non-related, but he reminded me of because the way he turned on them, it reminded me of the way Roach. I don't know if you guys ever seen Demon Knight. The way Roach was a snake and he rubbed the seal that was keeping the protection up for those characters in that movie, and it was kind of the same thing in this movie. It's like, oh, he's got to be a roach and portrayed the people he's hanging with, to knock down Raiden's shield of protection. It just was. I don't know. I was disappointed in Kano. I know he's a bad guy, but I just thought, because when this movie started, when I watched it the first time, I said, oh, wow. I liked the Kano, but I felt like something was missing because I still kind of was like Ray. I kind of enjoyed the original one, but I felt that he wasn't mean enough. He was just more comical, but he wasn't mean enough as Kano. But in this time, I feel differently. I feel that he's right for the part, but I don't know. there's just more to. He's so good. It's almost like you want more of him, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But for a movie, because if you want more of him, that's a good thing because you'll come back. But was he better than everybody in the movie? Is that the bad part of it? But so let's talk about Prince Goro. Finally, Prince Goro was terrible, guys. For me, I thought that was a computer nut. That was crazy. I didn't like that CGI.
Yeah, I agree. I like the old. I'll take the old Goro over that. Yeah, and it was not good. And they should have made it like Ray was talking about, like put him more in the shadows, hide it more, or just don't have him in it if that's the best you can do. Because it was not good.
Yeah, and he was just so. I mean, I get it, he's a monster, but he just in the last one he was Prince Goro. He had something to him, where this one it's like he just shows up and I don't know, man. What do you guys think, Katie, Ray?
Yeah, I don't care for Goro in this movie. He honestly shouldn't have been in it.
Yeah, they didn't need him, I guess.
They could have sent anybody after Cole to get him back. They didn't have to send Goro.
Could have sent Sheba, I guess. Maybe the CGI wouldn't have been as bad on the Sheba character. I don't know.
Yeah, or they could have just sent, the siren succubus after him or something like that. They could have literally sent anybody after him.
Katie,
Goro would have been somebody I would have saved for, the tournament.
Yeah, I did say after we watched it, I did say I like this Goro better than the original, so I won't lie about that.
Wow.
But
okay.
Again, I don't have the nostalgia that you guys do. I'm not necessarily saying that he was like the best ever or anything like that, but I did like him better than the original, so
that's fine. She keep throwing nostalgia at us. That's fine.
Well, I'm just saying because, again, this is the first time I'm watching any of these movies, so I just thought that he did look more appropriate for the time for 2021. I mean, I'm also not that critical of I am to a certain extent, but I didn't think he looked that terrible necessarily, that
I don't know. It felt cartoonish for me, and I understand the CGI though. I understand what they were in, and you would more or less do CGI, and it's not I love the original. I'm trying to, tear it down because it wasn't. It's just something about that Goro just took me out. It just didn't fit for me in this movie. I don't know. That was it. But that is no shade on your opinion.
Maybe it's because Goro was actually more of a person in the first movie.
Yeah.
Where in this one he literally is just a monster.
Yeah, he's a prince in the last movie. He's a warrior. In this movie, it's just like he just shows up as a minion.
Yeah, and well, I mean, they were a bit true to form with the video game on this one, like his size, and stuff. Like, he is like the size he's supposed to be, because in the first movie, he was tiny. He was very small.
I don't know. He fit. And I like his attitude in the first one. He's like, I'll squash this mortal like the other ones. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he should have been a foot or two higher. he was really small.
In this one, he just looked like, like a, what is he, a Cyclops, right?
No, I actually wrote down the name because they actually said the name of the species, because I always forget the species name. He is a Shokan.
Okay.
Which is basically, it's a dragon cross species of some sort.
Okay, yeah, because he looked like, a giant monster double-armed creature to me. So that's, I didn't expect him to look like real,
okay,
because...
Did you think this monster was cute? Be honest.
Wait, what? Me?
No, I feel like you would befriend this monster. I don't know. I think you like Goro,
No. If I was to befriend anyone, it'd be the flying girl.
What is?
Yeah,
what is
Kira.
Oh, Katara.
Katara
Katara was awesome.
Was she?
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
she was
I
cool,
actually
except for
liked.
she had the only fatality out of everybody. So I thought that was really weak. Like really, like you make her screech so everybody can hear her every move. So of course she would have the first and only fatality out of everybody. So that was pretty lame. But I mean, of course I would want to befriend her because she can fucking fly. She's like a bat creature thing that is fucking awesome. I would love that.
She's Maleficent, right? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, kind of.
I don't know. Look, I'm not going to drag on her, but she was so there and then not there. Like she's so forgettable for me because she was there for a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. And it's
But
like that's the bad main what's his name? Xiao Xin
Shang
Lin,
Tsung,
whatever.
Shao
Chen
Kahn.
Lin.
There you go. Sorry. But it's like that was his favorite warrior or fighter or whatever. Like he was so like in love with her, it seemed like,
Mhm.
as his favorite fighter, it
That was
seemed.
his boo.
And yet again, she was the only fatality. It's like how
That
that
was a
is so
cool ass fatality,
lame.
though, man.
That death was awesome. Oh
That
my
shit
It
It
was
god.
was
was. No,
also,
it truly
but
was.
it was also a flawless victory. I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
Yes,
and he
she
said
got
it.
yes,
she got one shotted. Like,
yep.
Yeah.
she did not get a single hit in that
I
fight.
didn't mean fatality. I meant what did you just say? Flawless
Flawless
victory?
victory.
Well,
Yeah.
it was a fatality too, but it was
It's
also
both.
a flawless victory.
Well,
Yeah.
because I mean, there were a couple of fatalities, but I meant the flawless victory because I mean, she
Yeah.
stood no chance. She died first shot. So, no one else had a first shot death. Everybody was fighting everybody before they died. She didn't stand one single shot, nothing. She died, boom, right away. So, yeah, flawless victory of a kill, and that was that. So that was just
Yeah,
so
his
sad and
But
lame
see,
last
for
that's
as
the
great.
cool as she
problem.
was.
That's the problem with a lot of uh Shang Tsung's army, though. It's just like he has these really cool characters, because I would even say Cabal was throwaway almost,
I
because
said that earlier. He was a throwaway.
yeah, it's they threw away Melina, they threw away Cabal. It was like these were literally just stand-ins to be killed. They had like little to nothing to do with anything.
But
And that was the same with Katara.
so that's my gripe about the film. The film, whether you like it or not, it's so focused on setting up the story that it forgets about Mortal Kombat. It forgets about the fights. And so they rush,
Mhm.
whether you like these fights or not, they're rushed.
Yeah.
And so they are almost setting up this whole story and they're like, oh shit, we need fights. And then they just slam the fights in. Only fight they took time on is the Scorpion Sub-Zero fight. The other fights,
Yeah, that's the main fight. That's their sole focus of this whole movie is just the Scorpion and Sub-Zero fight and Cole. Cole getting his powers. That's the whole point of this whole movie.
And I just had a higher expectation for fights now that we're in this came out in 2021. So I just thought it was going to be extravagant, a little bit longer. But in hindsight, can we really complain? Because all the fights are short in all the Mortal Kombat movies. So they'll probably think we wouldn't notice. But I feel that what they don't understand is they gave us a lot of fights in the Mortal Kombat movies as we went along in the movie. They cramped all those fights in at the very end. And it just felt very rushed. It felt like a highlight reel, like we were watching a summary of it. Almost was like you ever watch a TV show and they say previously on whatever show it is, and they just show you the
Yeah,
highlight.
right.
That's how the fights look. They were very fast. They were cool, but they were fast, and it makes your characters feel weak. It's like you have all these built up characters that's going to win you the tournament, and they've won 9 straight and whatever, however they did it, but they're supposed to be important and have impact, and they just go out in seconds. And and I actually was going to ask you guys about the fight. I have them written here. I says Cole versus Goro. Did you guys like that? Because that was a little bit longer, but it's just Cole getting his ass whooped the whole movie till he taps into his power.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a good setup for him tapping into his power. I mean, getting past the Goro looking like crap. I thought the fight was decent outside of that, and it is laying the groundwork for him getting his power and watching him get his butt kicked until he figures it out.
Yeah, especially when you realize the superpower really is to take a punch.
Yeah.
So
and the second movie expands on that because, like, I was like Katie when she says, "Oh, I still don't understand his," because I still didn't either. I'm like, okay, I didn't really care for the armor either that he has, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
okay, I still was confused. And like I said, the other movie really helped this movie. This almost isn't a movie in hindsight. After seeing the new movie, that's the first movie. This is just like a setup to. I wouldn't be surprised if we got like there's a trilogy, this one and two more, because this is just getting them there. You know what I mean?
Oh, and also if you paid attention to it too, Cole's ability came out of his strength bracelet that his daughter gave him.
Yeah, his family. Because when he goes out when the Hulk, because he looks like Hulk 2003 graphics, like that's what that looks like. That Goro. And when he goes after the family, that it just taps in. So that makes sense. What did you guys think of Sonya and Melina's fight?
Was it a fight though? Cole just held her up, and Sonya hit her from behind.
Yeah, and then you got Cabal and Liu Kang. I mean, they kept going at it, but it was I don't know. It was just they just kept cutting.
I like the end of it whenever he traps him in either, I don't know if that's quicksand or cement or whatever, and then he, puts the fire into it, and then it turns into the dragon that kind of swallows him or eats him or whatever. Like that part was cool.
That was really cool. Yes.
Yeah.
Fatalities are great in this movie. Yeah, that was cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't like he just ripped him apart because it's a dragon biting him. He just set him on fire. It's like, yeah, okay, nice touch. Like good detail.
And then
my
my favorite
makes
one
sense too, because it is just fire.
Fire, exactly.
My favorite one is when Jax kills the dude with the sledgehammer, when he slams his hands and bursts his head open. That was my favorite.
Yeah,
I think of the fatalities.
Yeah, I like that, how he said that. Yeah, that was really good. He's like, hey, big boy, and he fights him. But it was just very his fight with Sub-Zero is better, even though he totally lost. But it's so quick. That fight could have been special too. It just could have been special.
Yeah, no, they all could have in their own way. I mean, no, actually, I don't know which one I like better. Either that one where he smashes his head or where the winged girl gets sliced in half. Like both of those scenes are very bloody and very graphic. So I might say that I like both of them the same.
I also liked the hole getting blown through Melina, but I don't know.
This is a power from Kano because she killed Kano. We didn't talk about that. She killed him to get her. And we did mention it.
She unlocked her power like almost immediately.
Yeah, and that was crazy because I mean, it took both of the guys like at least a couple of days to find theirs, and then her just boom right away.
It's girl power. You guys should like that.
It's gay.
It's gay. Don't do that.
It's just a little bit too forced again.
I hate when they. No, as a writer, I hate when people minimize writing because girl power. It's really stupid.
No, yeah, honestly, and she wasn't even in the
like she wasn't training at all.
Yeah,
like
she
wasn't had
in
no training, no nothing. Like, she kills Kano, automatically gets the power. It's like, come on.
But yeah, let me make my case here. She's more skilled of a fighter than Jax is. So she is a trained fighter in general. And she can fight. We've seen that throughout the movie. But also, too, I think she earned that.
But so is Jax. And it took Jax a while.
No. But what I'm saying is she's also so in tune with everything, the way she was putting all the pieces together. She's been studying this for a while.
If you mean like she was obsessed with it, but being obsessed can be bad. Obsession can be a very bad thing. It's just like Sonya didn't work through anything to get her power. So overall, I didn't like it.
But she's also, other than Liu Kang, she's more in tune with what's going on than anybody else in the movie. So I feel that was their way of giving it to her because she wanted it. She understood this tournament. She understood the importance.
Yeah, but just because you want something doesn't mean that you get it right away. Like that's like everybody who wants something gets what they want. I mean, come on now.
No, but I disagree because some people are just, they pick up a ball and they're just better than the people that you know, been
No,
studying for.
I understand everything
Sometimes
you're
it just happens
saying,
like
but
that.
I'm just saying that that's just lazy writing. That's
think
just
so.
Or they just wanted
And
to do it
again-
fast because they didn't have any time to write in her doing anything. But then
she,
again,
just because she's the only girl, she gets it right away. Like that's
That's
not.
not what I'm saying though, because she's the only girl. I'm just saying.
No, but that's the way they're writing it. Like it's
That's-
again, it's in this woke era
unfortunately,
of where it's the girl has the easy route, you know, and I don't like that. That's not.
yeah.
Like
actually
the
think she
girl
put in the most
shouldn't get a
work in the
shortcut
movie.
just because she's a girl.
I just think she put in the most work in the movie, and I think if anybody you were going to do that for would have been her, other than Luke Kane. I feel like she's the most knowledgeable about everything, and she's tapped in. She understands the importance. Like in the original movie, when Johnny Cage goes to Rayton and he says whatever he says to Rayton, and he understood it, and Rayton says one of them has finally understood. When they tap in and understand the importance of it, they gain something, and that's when Johnny Cage became whatever, because he wasn't going to beat Goro until he understood there's something about the power of belief. And that's always been a theme in these movies, like their power of believing. Like even with Jackson, this one, him saving Sonya, him believing.
It also has to do with the connection of the soul too, though.
Yeah.
And
so y'all just writing Sonya off. Like y'all just ain't feeling it. Tom, you haven't said anything. Anything? You agree? You agree with the ladies?
Oh, hang on.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. No, I thought Sonya had been working harder than anybody else to get it, and so I had no issue with it at all. And like I agree with what you said. Like she's kind of the more than Lou. Like in my opinion, she knows what's going on, and I think she had just trained so hard, like her whole entire life, that when it happened, she was ready for it. You know, she was ready, and so I had no issue at all. I didn't think it was necessarily like I understand. I think there are movies that are like that with the lazy writing and girl power, but I didn't think this was it. Like I felt like they had built Sonya to the point where you're like, well, yeah, of course she would get it.
She's tapped in. She just she didn't have her ticket, but she finally got her ticket and she was ready. It's like somebody who's athletically gifted, but they never tried the sport. But when they try sport, they're ahead of everybody because they're a phenomenon. They're actually more gifted, like physically. So
I don't know. It just felt weird because it's like other than like Kung Lao and Liu, who already had their powers because they've had them for a long time already.
Yeah, they grew up in the
but they grew up with it, and they all found their power by accomplishing something, and or at least understanding something. And it's like with
but that's
with like Cole.
Right?
But Cole was always defensive of his family, and it honestly took him watching his family be on the verge of death to unlock that power. And with Jax, it was Sonya being in danger and him being like, I can do this. I have to do this because Sonya will die if I don't. It was always having to, accomplish something. And
I guess,
I get your argument with Sonya, but Sonya has a lot of bad characteristics in this movie. Not as bad characteristics that make her a bad character. She has a lot of flaws, and it's like she didn't have to overcome any of that to get her power. It was just like she got it.
Right. The same can be said for Kano, though. Kano just had to get pissed off very quickly, might I add, to get his power. Once he knew about powers, he just got it like that. And then his characteristics are terrible. But you get what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. Real quick, I don't want to keep us too long on that. So
but it could also just be because of runtime.
Always. That's usually
they were just like, we need to run through this.
An extra 15 minutes just for the fights. Just use that 15 minutes to spread out throughout all the fights. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
I think. But and we already talked about Kung Lao and her name was Shakira, right? Yeah. So That was the best fatality. We all agree on that, probably. I'm sorry, you guys liked her and she went out so fast. But and I also wrote that the human punching bag tapped into his powers, and I think that really fitted his powers though. So, and there was a story in that, so it did make sense. What did you guys think of Sonya and Kano's fight? Because I'm sorry, before I ask you that, at the end they were like, all right, they're sneaking up on us, so let's take a page out of their book. Let's surprise attack them, let's lure them, or let's cheat them the way they're doing us. And then they said, we'll triple team, we'll all team up on Sub-Zero. I got a laugh out of that because he must be that good. But I liked the play they took, and I did. So what did you think about that, and what did you think about Kano versus Sonya? Did you like the fight?
Kano versus Sonya was fun. I liked that fight a lot. The plan to like separate them, I don't know, because it kind of goes into what are the elder gods and the gods allowed to do versus what they're not allowed to do. Because if Raiden is not allowed to interfere, teleporting people to different locations seems like interference. I don't know. That's just me. But the idea is a good idea. Because you want to, because they are powerful. They're very powerful together. So break them up, and then send your best fighter to fight each thing. Because like Sonya wanted to take out Melina when she didn't have her powers, and then they were kind of like, Melina is an immortal and very, very powerful. Maybe you should go after the mortal idiot, instead. So it's kind of like, they separated them based on their powers and who they would have a better chance of taking out. So, I mean, it was a very well thought out plan.
Okay. All right. Katie and Tom, thoughts on Kano and Sonya? Their fight?
Yeah, I thought it was a fun fight too, and I enjoyed the the back and forth and Kano finally getting his comeuppance. It's not the best fight in the movie, but it's a good.
It fits with their back and forth. Yeah.
It's a good mid card fight. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the flaw of the movie though. The fights they rushed them. And they gave them. I mean, it's cool. We got that Annihilation. Multiple fights happened at one time. It worked for Annihilation. I mean, that's one of the only things that worked, but it worked. But at the same time, it was too much setup. And I know we all love story and everything, but it was just too much setup when you forgot the main ideal of this is Mortal Kombat, and you kind of cheated us in the fight. Now, like I said, when you guys see the second one, I don't know if everybody see. I know Katie hasn't, but when you guys see the second one, I feel that this movie's more fleshed out just because of the second one. It really makes you have more of appreciation for this one. Even the things you might not like. Well, for me, the things I didn't like this first watch, even when I'm complaining about now, it's not as bad now that I've seen the second one. So
I agree.
But all right, so let's talk about our last fight. Remember this face. That's something Scorpion said to Sub-Zero, and it did become a thing. We got our classic "get over here" and all that stuff. And what did you guys think about the Cole versus Sub-Zero and then Scorpion versus Sub-Zero? You guys like that fight?
Cole would have died if Scorpion didn't step in.
Oh,
for sure.
Of course. Cole still was getting crushed,
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying it's more of a fight definitely between Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and Cole just kind of helped.
And he's like raised from the dead, like based on one of you guys said, I think it was Katie, the revenge thing, that's what pulls him back from the Never Realm to come back. And I thought it was a cool thing. It feels that this is the movie though. Like the beginning we got was great, and then you got this great fight at the end, but they almost wrote those two things and they say, okay, we got to fill in everything in the middle. And it's like it almost feels like they want to make a Scorpion versus Sub-Zero movie, which they could have if they really wanted to.
Which would have been awesome.
But
I thought this fight was awesome. The only, and this is a minor quibble, but Mortal Kombat is known for their great locations, and it's in a gym, like in a like UFC cage, and it's like, really, We can't do something else.
Ice Cage. Yeah, they didn't really do
Yeah.
the backgrounds great in this movie. Now that I think of it, that's a good critique. I didn't know because in the new one, the scenery is awesome, but this one they didn't really. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like we've got the big Sub-Zero Scorpion fight, and we're doing it in a gym. And I get it's because of Cole and his character, but
yeah,
like take it somewhere else. Go back to Japan or somewhere cool instead of
I
just.
thought they were going to when that first showed it. I thought it was going to be where he killed Scorpion's family. I just thought it was all frozen. Then as they pan out a little bit, I'm like, oh, it's a gym. Yeah. I thought there was going to be more significance to it, and that would have been cool for when Scorpion comes back if they were in that same scenery.
Or at least in like a remote location in Japan or something.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe like a bamboo field or something.
Oh.
But they gave Sub-Zero a lot of credit that he needed 2 people to team up on him, and they still was struggling at times. So it was and oh man, that ice wall he did, and he threw him through it. He made an ice wall, then he threw him through it. I'm like, oh, that was cool. That was like from the game. I was like, oh, that's really cool. Just little things like that, and I don't know. Katie, what did you think about the fight? Did you like it?
No, I definitely did like it. It's probably my third favorite, probably my third favorite. But the reason why my first favorite is the very first fight between them two is because didn't have so much CGI or practical whatever effects. It was more real hand-to-hand combat, which is my favorite kind of fighting. And so it's just so much more effective and so much more real than this last fight between them two, because it didn't have all the costumes, didn't have all the extra stuff to it. So, but I really did still like this fight, and the fact that it was still the same two, as Sub-Zero and Scorpion. So, and I really like them two fighting together. Like, they're really skilled fighters and everything in this movie. And but yeah, no, I really did enjoy this fight too.
Yeah, I will say this fight might be, I mean, other than the intro, this is the best fight. Technically, it's a better fight than the intro because Scorpion, they're more evenly matched a little bit. I mean, just think about it. Scorpion had to go to hell and still needed help to beat, somewhat. I mean, Cole didn't do much, but it still was a struggle for him. So that shows you, I didn't know Sub-Zero was this great of a character. I didn't know, I always liked him. He was one of my favorites, but I didn't know he was this strong and this prepared. Sub-Zero is the final boss. If you really think about it, it's not really Shang Tsung,
Yeah.
So, which is weird. That's weird, but still, I think they were catering to everybody's love. Like, it's like a casual thing, right? So everybody loves the blue and the yellow ninja, and they almost were catering to casual fans to make Sub-Zero and Liu Kang Sub-Zero and Scorpion the faces of this movie. And I thought, okay, that's a little odd that they're making it, because Sub-Zero and Scorpion are like mascots for Mortal Kombat, but it's really always been about Liu Kang in them. So, but I'm not Star Wars in this. I'm not mad because the story's not always about Skywalker. It's okay to switch the story up. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but I just think that's for casuals, for people that just know the ninjas, to bring them in. Because they did that with 2 guys. If you've seen 2 yet, what they show us in them trailers, they're luring us in, and it's not that. It's really not what you think it is, but in a good way, though. I wasn't angry about it that it wasn't that. Most of the time when people do that, when they lure you into a movie and you're like, it's this, and then it's something else and you're mad about it because of the marketing. But I wasn't mad about it. But it's not what they show you it is in this new one either.
I was just kind of upset that Cole didn't become something,
He didn't even have he didn't have no mask.
Cole could have very easily have become a Mortal Kombat character. There were people, God, why am I forgetting his name? The blind guy from the games.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have easily have become him, or he could have become a a new version of Scorpion.
Smoke.
You know,
Became,
Smoke. Yeah.
There's a lot.
It's like he could
the
have.
purple one? He could have became Rain. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he easily could have become a character from the video game, but then they just were like, nah, and did absolutely nothing with him.
Yeah, and it just if you just never seen the next movie and you just go off of this movie, his character is an extreme letdown. But they redeemed him. Did you see it yet, Ray? The new one?
No, I'm gonna see it Tuesday.
Okay, so they really redeem him, and everything makes much more sense, and you're okay with it, you know. And I'm kind of glad I watched it and then went back and watched this because now I'm like, oh, I see. So you know, it's okay. And that's why I feel like going forward we're getting a trilogy, and this was almost just a setup movie. That's what I feel. But yeah, all right. So and then we see Raiden sending Shang Tsung back. You know, he's like he talks too much. You know, he don't care about the threats. And Shang Tsung, this is when he says, "Oh, for all the fighters I have a bunch more willing to take their place." So you know, they meant nothing all of a sudden, like Ray said earlier.
Yeah, it's like you had some really important characters there on your team, and yeah, I can easily replace them. Yeah, they were nobodies. It's like really.
Yeah, and also Raiden seems more powerful to me in this movie than he has in the other two. Am I wrong on that?
I think he's always been that powerful, but I just think they just tapped more into it. They just kind of never wanted to. I mean, he loses his power in Annihilation, right? Okay, that's that. But in the first movie, I think he's as powerful. It's just 1995. You know, they just didn't tap into it. But I think you're just supposed to know he's that powerful because in the original, Shang Tsung knows his limits. He knows not to test Raiden. He knows that Raiden has no powers in Outworld. And so, you know, he knows not to test Raiden. Oh, Lord Raiden. He still shows him his respect, even though he's like very smirking and condescending, but he still knows Raiden is Raiden. So I just think we're in a different year, you know, and they're just showing you how truly powerful Raiden can be. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, he was just more flashy with his powers.
Okay.
That's a simple way of saying it. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah.
And then like our last scene is we leave off with somebody that Cole has to go find, Johnny Cage, and we don't even get to see. That was good that they didn't show him because they probably didn't know who was going to play him at the time. But
that's what I was thinking. Because why you know which I know who's going to play him thanks to somebody. So, but I'm very excited for who's going to be playing him.
It's all over the poster.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, that's not going to spoil anything, though.
No.
But
I would have liked to have been surprised, but he's right. It would have been all over the posters. So, I
mean, right. A spoil would have been me telling you that Johnny Cage is a different person. And when we watched the first one, I said he's a different person in the next one, or he didn't make it. He dies. Now that's a spoiler. So, but like
I'm just saying,
you can't be too mad. You don't watch trailers, huh? Because you would have known.
No, I don't watch trailers. Nope. So I have no clue what's in the second one. Nothing. Because I like to be completely surprised. So I wouldn't have known until I walked into the theater. Thank you.
I understand that because, like, when it's a franchise, like if it's a Batman, if it's Superman, Nightmare on Elm Street, stuff like that, I know I love. You don't need to show me a trailer. I'm gonna go there. You already got me. So just tell me when it's coming out. But I still watch them, right? When it's something like for this one, I was so unimpressed by this movie. I needed this trailer to get me in, and the trailer is awesome for this movie. So, it was really cool.
But I think trailers spoil stuff or they disappoint stuff or, so I don't like watching trailers anymore at all.
They do. But when you're not sold on a movie, sometimes watching a trailer can help. Like Street Fighter, right? I was going to go anyway, but seeing that Street Fighter trailer, it's like, oh, wow. Like I have a new perspective. I'm more excited. You know what I mean? And the same with this. I was more excited. I was not feeling this movie when it came out. So seeing this trailer to the second one really got me excited because Johnny Cage looks awesome, and we all love Johnny Cage. So, but
and Carl Urban is like an amazing actor.
Yeah, I love him so much. So just him being in it is enough for me to want to see it because I absolutely adore him.
I mean, I've been following Carl Urban's work forever. So,
just getting back to playing Judge Dredd. That's all I'm saying. I need that.
Yeah.
He needs. Yes.
Yeah,
But I mean, I followed his work so far back when he was in Xena. So I'm like,
he was in Xena. Wow.
Yeah, he was Cupid in Xena.
That's funny. Wow.
I never knew he was in Xena.
Yeah, he was Cupid.
I forgot Bruce.
I haven't seen Xena in so long. I don't know anything about it, remember anything about it, other than I used to watch it and I want to get it so bad. But yeah.
Xena was. I was Xena. I didn't really care for Hercules too much, but Xena was my girl.
I liked them both. I was very big into Xena and Hercules.
I've never seen Hercules, but I really want to because I know they go kind of hand in hand.
Oh yeah, like they're before everybody else was.
Yeah, they take place in the same universe because Xena was introduced in Hercules.
Yeah, just like how Angel and Buffy are. So yeah.
I got to still get Hercules, but Xena, I had to get that. That's great. So that's Mortal Kombat, guys. And thank you everybody who's here and listening. So I'm gonna get y'all final thoughts and I'll let y'all go. So final thoughts, guys. Characters. Who's everybody's favorite character?
In this movie, it is Kano.
All right.
Kano for me too.
Kano for you?
Oh man, that is a tough one. Because I really like Sonya and Kano. Almost the same. I'm gonna have to put them both.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to say Sonya is a close second.
Yeah, I'm going with Kano. He's clearly doing the heavy lifting, but I like Sonya. She's easy to look at, so I like her too.
And I like Jackson this movie.
Jackson's good, but I feel like I like him better in the next movie. I do.
I mean, if I did have to choose one over the other, it would be Kano, but slightly over Sonya. It's just I really love the chemistry between them two. Yeah. Like I think that their banter is just so great together that I love them too. But I mean, if it was one over the other, it would be Kano.
I also like how easy Sonya was able to manipulate Kano. I'll give you $3 million. And he's like, I know, right? $3 million. And then he was hilarious. Like, and then she just kind of bluffs him, being like, "Hey, this is where I grew up. This is my home. That's the only reason why I live here. $3 million." And then Cole's like, "Are you really gonna give him $3 million?" She goes, "Hell no, I live here."
Right?
I thought that was great.
Yeah, like. He's still an idiot, at the end of the day.
Yeah, very much so.
But I like that. Worst character, guys, or most disappointing character, if you don't want to get too harsh. Kano's mine too, if I can say.
I don't know. Liu Kang is really bad in this.
Yeah.
But as a Mileena fan, I really don't like what they did with Mileena.
Damn, you really hated it. It's a step up from the last
one. She is a step. Well, in Annihilations, you barely even knew that was Mileena. You would have only known that was Mileena because of her outfit if you played the games. Yeah. But in this, I don't know. I just hate how they keep downplaying Mileena's importance.
They called her Kitana. She said Kitana in Annihilation. She didn't even get her name.
Yeah, she was like Kitana. And it was like, you wish. And I mean, that kind of also gives away that it's Mileena. But yeah, I just hate how they keep downplaying her. She was obliterated. And then Shang Tsung was just like, yeah, well, whatever. I can easily replace that. It's like, she's Shao Kahn's daughter. What the hell? Yeah, I just hate how they keep downplaying Mileena. So it has to be Mileena.
Katie, you got one?
I really didn't like necessarily Raiden, but I would also say Liu Kang.
Yeah, Liu Kang is just, there's just something missing. It feels like, okay, like I'm waiting for something and it never comes, pause,
It's so like he had more personality. Like he was so just like serious in this one, but it seemed like he had more personality in the other two, which was more likable as a character. So, and even for Raiden too, like he was just so serious. There was no real personality to him like he had in the other two. So I think that's it. It's just that they were just, one-sided of just seriousness and no real other personality to them at all other than serious. So I think I would say it's between them two.
John Doe
Raiden would have
says
been my second.
Cole. John
Okay.
Doe says Cole is straight booty.
Yeah.
See, the thing is that Cole is a useless character for sure, but as a character, he's not bad as a character. He's just a useless character.
Yeah, he's
So
such a bad
that's
fighter.
That's
and
his
just-
problem.
Yeah, like
as a character, because the story's written around him, so he's driving the story for better or worse. He's driving it, so it's hard to really. But yeah, as it but Johnny, I always call him Johnny Jug. Johnny, the thing about saying he's such a bad character, we don't have nothing. He's a new character for one, so I can't really be that hard. It's not like there's past things. You see how Katie said compared to the last Liu Kang, this Liu Kang is lackluster. So it's kind of hard. And being that the movie's all following him, it's kind of hard to. It's not a great character at all, but it's to say it's the worst. It's kind of hard to agree, but that's your opinion. I respect it for sure.
Yeah.
For me, Tom, did you go? Did you have one? Oh.
No, yeah, I said Lou for sure.
Oh yeah, Lou for sure. Yours was simple.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's just not good. Yeah, when I'm longing for the old wooden Lou, we got problems.
Yeah,
Lou's really bad.
Personality, and if that one has that much personality, that's saying something.
Yeah. And Raiden would have been my second.
Yeah, I will have to agree. Liu Kang is the worst character in this movie by far, but me being a Melina fan is the reason why I went with Melina. But character-wise, yeah, Liu is bad. Raiden is.
So that's your disappointment is Melina, and your worst.
My disappointment is Melina, but my worst is Liu.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I'm going to have to say, the worst disappointment is definitely Goro. Goro's the worst. But
that's a good choice too.
As a character, Luke, he's Bruce. I love Bruce Lee, guys. I don't know if anybody knows that. I am a huge Bruce Lee fan. So he's a representation. I know it's not Bruce Lee, but he's a representation just as much as Johnny is for Van Damme, and I love Van Damme too. I'm a big fan. So it's just Liu Kang. He is Mortal Kombat. He's just as important as. I know they don't like to act like it anymore, but he's just as important as Sub-Zero and Scorpion. So for him to be that lackluster, I feel like there's potential there, but it's not shown. Like there's something there, but we never get it. And so it's like you're holding out hope. And to be honest, guys, it doesn't change too much for him, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. It doesn't change too much for him in the next one, but that's just an opinion. But you guys might feel different. But yeah, those are my letdowns. What did you guys think of the story? Was this story better than the original ones? Like everything they've done with this one?
It's about on par. Really? Well, not counting Annihilation because that movie was just a mess. But with the first one, I mean, even though there is way more Mortal Kombat lore now that you could actually probably build a coherent story around, but I mean, a game centered around tournaments and fighting, like, it does its job.
Yeah. I actually think real quick, I think they did really well with the story. It's Mortal Kombat. They're not going to go super crazy, and for us to have that expectations, because the other ones really didn't have that. So for us to be like, a lot of people killed these movies for the story, even the new one. They're like, there's no story. I'm like, there never was a story. I mean, we know the story, and the story's basic, and they give us a little bit to get us into it, but it was never an extravagant story.
Exactly.
That's what Legacy was about. Legacy was more story driven, it feels. So, but in terms of this movie, I think they did a lot of things better. The Sonya and Kano stuff is better than just the typical revenge for the partner. Even though I didn't like them together, but the idea of having Kung Lao and Liu Kang together is better. Shang Tsung going to cheat before they get to the tournament is better. Is it a better movie? That's a different discussion. But a story, I do think this is them having the birthmarks or the marks, whatever you want to call them, and then them transferring. So that means you can continue this tournament without it being generational. Like, so if Sonya dies, somebody else will get it. If such and such dies, somebody else will get it. So it continues. It doesn't have to be they have to be born into this, or we have to wait another generation. So I think that's a better shot for the story. So I think
Yeah.
the story
Also, there was something that Raiden said. That Raiden said that he was going to compile a list of new combatants. So it's kind of like Raiden, in a way, must choose who these warriors are, and they get the mark as soon as they're chosen.
Yeah, that don't make sense. I mean, you know, watching the movie, because the mark just jumps and Raiden's not choosing. He didn't, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Unless he
Well,
is, and they
yeah.
just didn't say that.
Yeah, because Raiden did say something, because, you know, by the end of the movie, who
I
was
see.
in that room was all they had. And so Raiden was like, I'm going to put
Find
a...
more.
I can't like, you know, say word for word what he said, but he was saying that he was going to compile a new list.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
that
Yeah.
tells me that, like,
Yeah.
he selects who
He's
he
picking the litter.
wants.
There's probably like hundreds of them, and he's probably picking the best ones.
Yeah, like he chooses, and then his chosen get the mark.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like based on what Raiden said.
Now, see, that's a plot hole, because then when somebody can be chosen, you know, like Sonya getting it, and now she's in the tournament, that's kind of jumping the line in a way. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
So,
but then I guess the idea of that is, if you're capable of killing a champion, then you're clearly better than that champion. So it passes to you. But then that goes back to, you know, what happened, you know, in like the pitch meeting that I brought up. What if you accidentally kill somebody and you're not a fighter, and now you're suddenly chosen for a tournament that you can't fight in? So yeah, it's very flawed.
The reason I'm thinking of a plot hole is because what's the stop? They were going around killing all the champions before they can tap into their potential, get to Mortal Kombat. So what's to stop them from killing Johnny Cage? Because they're going after Johnny Cage, so Johnny Cage is clearly a chosen one. So what's to stop them from killing all these people we haven't seen yet? You get what I'm saying? So it's you're setting yourself up for a big plot hole. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
but I thought that was good, guys. Anything to say about anything about that?
Sorry, I'd already forgotten the question.
The story. Did you like the story better in this one than?
Oh yeah, I like the setup about the Scorpion and Sub-Zero story. Like, I like the way it tracks throughout the entire story to end their, you know, start from almost start to beginning, because I mean, it doesn't start at the very beginning of their story, but it kind of starts like in the middle of their story, to, you know, why he wants revenge so bad, to, you know, finally him being able to kill him. So I like that setup. I like that very much.
Cool. Tommy.
Yeah, I dug the story too, other than you know, originally when I first watched it, I really hated the Cole part of it, but it doesn't bother me as much anymore.
No.
It's fine, you know, but yeah, the story was good, you know. I think I prefer the original story, and just because I like the tournaments and that kind of thing, but it was good.
Yeah, it only took us 5 years and another movie to get over this one.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but and then a lot was going on in the world. I just, you know, we probably wasn't really focused in to appreciate this movie. There was a lot going on when this movie came out. So
that too. Yeah.
Maybe that's part of it. So I really feel like I was harsh on this movie. But you know, I never hated this movie. I just said it was decent. That's all I said to people. I said it's decent. It's not bad. It's not good. But now I really like it. I like it as a counterpart, though. I like it. Like, if you told me to put this movie and a new movie together, they're good as a piece. But as separately, I'm still going with the original, guys. And that's my next question. What do you think is the best one you've seen so far? The best Mortal Kombat movie?
Nostalgia-wise, I like the original 95 more. But if you think about it, movie, story-wise, it being better constructed, better acted, this movie is clearly the superior film in that aspect. But yeah, the first time I watched this was when it came out, and then I never felt the need to watch it again until this review. So, and I've seen the 95 one more in between these two films. So it's like, yeah, the 95 one is clearly more fun. I even think Annihilation is fun. It's a bad movie, but it's fun.
I think it's very fun. Yeah.
This movie, when I first watched it, I don't know, I guess I was kind of disappointed in it. The first time I watched it, like I said, I liked it better watching it a second time. But yeah, I don't know. I would still say I would go with the original film over this one, but this one is a better overall film.
I think it's a better overall film, like unbiasedly, but I think the old one is just more rewatchable. If that
exactly.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Katie, what you think?
I would probably watch all of them the same amount of times. I don't really have like necessarily a preference. Probably in all honesty, it would be either the 95 one because of Johnny Cage, to be honest. I really liked his character the most. And then it would be this one, and it's because of Kano. Like, I just like that comic humor aspect to the two movies. And I don't think, if I remember correctly, I don't think Annihilation really had much comic humor like it has with Johnny Cage and with Kano and all that to really...
Just unintentional humor.
No.
Yeah.
Don't do that, Tom. Jax is pretty damn funny. Jax is pretty funny.
The problem with the second
it
one...
would probably be between those two that I would rewatch the most because of that. But probably more this one, just because really Kano, I kind of honestly like a little bit better than Johnny Cage in that one. I'm just being honest here because, again, I really like the chemistry between this Sonya, because she's my favorite Sonya, and then the Kano character in this one. I like them so much that I think this one would be the one I'd rewatch the most.
Okay, I respect all of that for sure. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I'd probably go with the... It's closer than I can imagine admitting, but I would still go with the original. But this is number 2 for me. It's really good, and it's a closer number 2, like I said, than I would think, because I had a lot more fun with it this time, and the kills and Kano, it was really good. I enjoyed that. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another reason too. Sorry, Tom, is the gore from this one. Sorry.
The blood. Yeah.
It's more true to form.
Yeah.
No, you're good. I just wanted to let you guys know, though, I got a split. So
all right, guys.
Okay.
I'll catch you guys later.
All right. Thanks for coming.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye, Tom.
So that was pretty much my last one. I think I was going to ask you guys, where did you have it? But he kind of said that was his second favorite. I was going to say, like, out of all the Mortal Kombat, is this the second best one for you guys?
Yeah. Well, like Tom said, like, I do prefer the first one. It's more rewatchable, but as a movie, it's very flawed. This movie is clearly more superior. So it's really hard to like really put one in first place because they're both struggling for it. But I would say the 95 is probably the most rewatchable. Then it's this one, and then it's Annihilation for sure.
For me, it would be this one, then 95, then Annihilation.
Okay. Now, when he said this is second, I just wonder if he has the new one. I wonder where that would be, if he likes this one better than the new one. I'm just curious. I meant to ask him that, but because the new one, I think,
nothing can be worse than Annihilation, so it's definitely not as worst.
The cartoon was worse, but that's still not a live action.
Yeah.
But the new one is good. If you guys enjoyed this one, the new one is just way better, and darker. But I just I think, like I said, the other one is just more rewatchable, and I think it's hard to say this. It's like the Batman discussion again. Like, Dark Knight is a better movie than the '89 Batman, but Batman and Batman Returns, they're just my favorite. They stuck with me so long, and I think that nostalgia is playing a huge factor for it. And they're just, I just would go back to that. Tim Burton and all of that. And it's the same thing for Mortal Kombat. I would go back to that old one. There's something about that Shang Tsung, something about that Raiden that this one just didn't have. And like I said before, guys, the music in those, even Annihilation, the music in those are doing so much heavy lifting. The music in this isn't the movie is, and that's good. It doesn't have to stand on the music, but there's no music to really be like, oh my god, in this movie, and that was what it was missing a little bit. And they kind of got back to that in the new one. There's more music to be had, so I kind of like that they got that back. But let me get to these comments before I let you girls go. Let me see. Let's see what Dementia says. I think Ray is right about Shane. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a little late. She says some things. I don't know what you mean. My favorite rating is 95 version, next to the guy from the. I don't remember the guy. See, I got to watch the Conquest series. Dimension. It's been so long. I haven't watched it since it was airing. Like we used to. I had a friend, and we used to call each other on the phone and talk about it. Like, oh, did you see that? Did you see that? And be like, all right, see you at school tomorrow. So that was a whole event for us. That it was very niche too. Nobody really knew about that show. It's probably why it got canceled. But didn't like the 2026 one at all. Thanks from Stacy. I'm sorry, Stacy, you didn't like the 20. I had a ball with it. These girls are going to see it again, so we can review it Tuesday. We'd love to have you come back and give your thoughts on it. I think I might go see it tomorrow too. I don't know. Depending on my day, I might go see it again because it's fallen out of my memory by now. So I don't know how good of a host I would be because I don't remember too much of it, but I remember I enjoyed it. I wasn't like, it didn't blow me away, but it was really good at the same time. Let's see. Hey, Stacy, what else we got? Both were great series. Yeah, they were. He must be. Oh, he's talking about Xena and Hercules. Hercules was. I don't know. It was okay. Great stream. Kano is carrying the franchise on his back. That's what I said earlier. That's the meme going around. Kano is the star for sure. Cole is straight booty. We seen that. Straight booty, huh? Liu Kang was always my guy in the 90s with the games. For sure. I was a Johnny Cage guy. And on Sega Genesis, because I know he's a big gamer. Johnny's a big gamer. You and Ray probably can share gamer tags because she's a gamer too. But I used Liu Kang because, like I said, I'm a Bruce Lee fan. But Johnny was my dude. I used to just split and hit people in the nards all the time. That was my thing. And I learned how to. My uncle used to play with us, and so he would use Raiden all the time. And he liked always picking the girls too. So he would use Kitana, but he was like really good at Raiden, and so I started using Raiden too. So I've always, and that brought my love for Raiden. So I like Raiden now. But I would say Johnny Cage, Sub-Zero, Raiden, Liu Kang, those were my go-tos. Everybody else is just like, I remember the funny thing is, Johnny, I beat Mortal Kombat 2, which is, I think, my favorite Mortal Kombat. I beat that with Jax. And he was considered the weakest character at that time when that game came out. And I remember I never could beat the game, and I finally beat it with Jax. And it took me a while to beat it with other characters, but I could always beat it with Jax, which was weird because he had this combo that I could do on Shao Kahn that I could just beat him. And I couldn't do it with everybody else. So I always thought that was interesting.
I always jumped between characters, but I would say the character I probably played the most was Scorpion.
Yeah, Scorpion was dope. And he had a lot of tricks.
But I also played Sindel a lot too.
Yeah, you're a big Sindel fan. I know you can't wait for her to show up.
Yeah.
I didn't play the games more than a handful of times because you're old, Hunter. No, I'm just playing. I was like, play the games, man. I mostly play shoot 'em up games. Pac-Man's not a shoot 'em up game. Hunter has a big Pac-Man machine in his house. It's really cool. Me and my wife had the whole theater to ourselves for MK2. Did you like it, Johnny? That's really cool. Did she like it? Or did she say, why'd you pick this movie? You should have picked a Notebook or something of that nature. Prada. Isn't that out right now? Prada? Was she one of those? Or
Devil Wears Prada?
Yeah, too. Right? That's a thing.
I don't even know why they made a second movie.
I hear it's pretty good.
I don't know. It might be if they brought back Helen Mirren.
They did. Very nice.
Wait, Devil Wears Prada? I didn't know Helen Mirren was in that one. I just remember Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep is all I remember.
Oh, Meryl Streep. Sorry. I got confused.
Okay.
Isn't Helen Mirren in it too? I don't know. I've never seen it, guys.
I don't know. I honestly, in the moment, thought it was Helen Mirren. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but no,
yeah, it's been a while since
Meryl
I've seen
Streep.
it too.
Yo,
but no, Katie's right. It was Meryl Streep. Yeah.
See, you don't know everything, Ray. No, I'm just playing. One of these.
No, I'm just really bad with remembering names sometimes.
One of these days, I'll get another subscription and start going to the movies more. Yeah, you should, man. I was hearing these stories, people in the Regal passes, and I'm like, I kind of want one a little bit, but I don't know. Maybe when stuff calmed down a little bit and all these new viruses is down, I probably will go more. I'm not into it right now. We had a blast. Both enjoyed it. Now, that's good. Was it better, Johnny, real quick, without spoiling it for our guest? Was it better than this one? I think it was way better, but it's just me. But yeah, I'm gonna see what he says, and then we're gonna get out of here. But thank you, girls, for coming in. So, are we on for Tuesday for Mortal Kombat 2? Or we want to do that?
Yep, I'm either gonna see it tomorrow or probably Tuesday is what I'd rather do, so that way it's fresh in my head.
Right. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go see it early Tuesday.
Yeah, because I just don't see me writing down notes in the theater.
Yeah.
No. Well, Cal, you watched my Resident Evil review. I actually took notes in the theaters, and then there was one point in the review where I was like, I can't read what I wrote.
That's really cool. So you was just writing off of just like you wasn't even looking. You was just scribbling the pad.
No, I just had my notepad in my lap, and I was looking at the screen, and I was just writing. Yeah, I wasn't even really looking down. Yeah. So I was just like, I can't read what I wrote.
That's really tough. And you don't want to be the person that's turning on their phone in a dark theater every second, Because
I'm just kind of like, this is where the next line should be. And that's what I was doing.
That's a real thing. I've done that. That's a real thing. I mean, not this time, but I've done that. So Dimension went to see it with his sister. That sounds fun, man. That's a memory you always have. Trust me. Part 2 was way better, but also part 1 better after that's what I'm saying. Like, the movie was kind of meh as hell, and now since I've seen part 2, I really appreciate this one. So, all right, guys, you heard it here first. We will see you for Mortal Kombat 2 2026 Tuesday. Hopefully it might be 8:00. I don't know what Tom is running for. I don't know. He might have to do it earlier. So it'll be between 7 or 8. So we will be here. I'll try to promote it. I know I didn't get to promote this or the last one too much, but I appreciate you guys being here. I'll try to promote that one as soon as I can. Thank you for being here. Be sure to like, comment, all that good stuff. You know the deal. You know the drill. Ladies, anything coming up? I'm sure you probably don't have nothing coming up before Tuesday. So
yeah, no, nothing for me.
Not before Tuesday, no.
Okay. Anything you're working on that you might want to talk about? Ray has a book, for those that don't know, Right.
Oh, yeah. My book, Requiem of Narya. It's a crime mystery with supernatural horror. It's available on Amazon.
Nice. Support my girl, Ray, man. Good book.
And the version that is available now is the 2nd edition. So it's been fixed. When I published it and reread it, I noticed the mistakes. So I went back in and fixed it. So this is like the official release that you can get now. So.
Oh, that's excellent. Excellent. Katie, anything to add? Anything?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, you're good. All right, but still, check Katie out. Subscribe to her channel because something will come eventually. And it's always good when it does. And for me, I'll just see you guys Tuesday. Maybe I'll have something new to report then. And we look forward to seeing you. Thank you. Let us know, though. You can do this before we leave. Let us know if you would like us to do Mortal Kombat Legacy. Those are 2 movies, too. Mortal Kombat Legacy 1 and 2. I don't think we'll be able to get around to the TV show. I don't know. Maybe in the future. But the Conquest, so I'm not even going to ask you guys to ask that. But let us know if you want us to do those 2 movies, Mortal Kombat.
Do you know if the DVD release of Legacy 2 is affordable? Because the Blu-ray is out of print, and it's very expensive.
I will have to look. And I didn't know that because I was going to actually try to look for a new copy of mine. Because I got mine from a family video, and it's kind of a little bit, little rough. Not bad, but it's a little rough. I'm just OCD, and I kind of wanted another one. Until you told me it was out of print, I was getting ready to get rid of it. So, yeah, I don't know.
I've been looking for it for a while. It's just been too expensive.
It is on YouTube, though, I think. So
I know season 1 was at one point. I don't know if it still is. I'll have to look.
I think there's a video that combines.
Okay, guys. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and head out right now, okay?
Okay,
sorry. All right, you guys have a good night. Have a good night, chat. Bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
I think Legacy has... there's a video with both of them, Legacy 1 and 2, and so I think it's combined as one movie. So I think you could watch that maybe. But if that's something they want to do, if not, we'll wait until we all get that, and because I'm sure Katie probably doesn't have it either. So, and I know Katie doesn't really stream. She's kind of like me; she don't stream. So maybe. We'll figure. But if that's something they want to see, because I know a lot of people haven't seen it, but I really enjoyed those, especially part 2. So if they want to do that,
part 1 was really good. That's all I've seen.
Oh, you haven't seen? Oh, you know who's in part 2, right? Who they bring back?
Yep.
Okay, because part 2. I almost spoiled for you, but anyway, yeah, guys, that's our stream for tonight. Thank you again for being here. Totally appreciate y'all. If you don't know, now you know. And God bless. Have a good night. Legacy
Mortal Kombat 2 Legacy Blu-ray is now on Amazon for $9. Damn. Okay, well then I might go snag that because the last time I looked at it, it was like almost $50.
No pressure, Ray. You know, that's just something.
Yeah.
You know, I
mean, I really do want that, but because it's been like almost $50, I didn't buy it. But now if it's only for $9, then yeah, I'm gonna snag it.
You got Prime?
No, not really. I don't stream much.
Okay, no, because Prime you would have the free shipping. Because you know sometimes that shipping makes stuff not worth buying.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't buy enough from Amazon to actually have that.
Same.
Even though I do like their streaming service because they have The Boys and stuff like that, but it's like, but when it comes to streaming services, it's just kind of like there's a show on that I want to watch, so I'll buy it for the time the show is out, and then I'll cancel my subscription after. I'm very bad with that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm bad with streaming, period, and I'm just, if it ain't physical media, I just say it ain't meant for me. That's how I just look at it nowadays. But I don't know. Yeah. We'll figure it out. If all else fails, me and you will talk Mortal Kombat Legacy. If all else fails, I know Dimension will be there, so maybe we'll have you up, Dimension. Who knows? We'll see. But anyway, that's our show tonight. Thank you guys. I've said it a million times, so I'm gonna really be out this time. Have a good night. Thank you very much.
Good night. Bye bye.
Good night.